All right, guys, this is the Baltimore Orioles versus, New York Mets versus Baltimore Orioles, if you want to see visitors, and then home team next. The Orioles play the Mets this evening. Uh, yeah, so they were in a delay due to weather. So, for some reason, I can't get the intro going, the countdown going. So it says. hmm, Guys, we swept the Atlanta Braves in the last series, which was incredibly surprising. I did not expect that. So I think our record I think is currently 40 and 49 right now. So my expectation for the Orioles now is to just finish above 500, like finish winning games more than losing. So basically, I'd like to have at least a winning record by the end of the season. That's my expectation for the O's. Playoffs is out the window, if you ask me. Division that was gone way long ago. So, just hopefully we gotta finish the season strong. I know we're not at the All Star break yet, but yeah.
Heartburn makes you queasy? Get fast relief with Tums Plus. Obsessed and knowledgeable and love food bad.
T-Mobile Home Internet value benefits. Benefits. What you doing, Zach? I'm pressing for our T-Mobile Home Internet commercial. There are so many benefits and awards. You gotta talk really fast.
Well, let me try. T-Mobile Home Internet ranks number one in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by taking time.
Wow.
Try singing it. Just one chord. It's an easy set.
Easy set.
We're a pretty good duo.
It's pronounced two bets.
Get T-Mobile Home Internet. Just $35 a month with our 5-year price guarantee.
Struck him out looking. That is a no-ball play. This ball is not coming back. Struck him out swinging. Crushes it. That was a boom shot. Massive. Your home for Orioles baseball.
Go O's.
My friend Mary Tyler Moore was diagnosed with diabetes at age 33 and suffered severe vision loss from this disease later in life. Mary often spoke of her dream to create an organization dedicated to preventing blindness from diabetes. Today, the Mary Tyler Moore Vision Initiative is a reality. MTM Vision is dedicated to advancing medical research to preserve and restore.
I'm not sure if this is right. I gotta look, but I think the Mets are currently leading the NL East. The NL East. I gotta check. And I know the Mets. They are really good this year. So.
Orioles baseball massive brought to you by Antwerpen Auto Group. Antwerpen Automotive, when Jack says yes, you pay less. Same today at JackSaysYes.com. And by Amazon Prime Day. Prime Day is here. Shop now.
Oh no, the Phillies. The Phillies are leading the. They're only leading the NL East by like 1 point, by like one game. So. Yeah, the Mets' record is 52 and 39. We're still bottom of the AL East, man.
7 of his 15 strikeouts. And that's been the key for him, KB, his fastball command. When he's throwing strike one and getting ahead of guys, he can get to those off-speed pitches of his. But it's important for him to throw strike one. It's kind of been his Achilles heel. He's not throwing enough strikes. 11 walks and 16 and 2/3. Didn't do that in the minor league, but he's done it here at the big league level.
Brandon Nimmo, who's apparently ready to take a mallet to the plate, leads off. For the New York Mets, only 14 in the majors, 4.4 runs a game, but 7th in home runs per game, 8th in walk rate, to 52 and 39. And New York winners of 4 of its last 5 comes into today just a game back of the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. So we should have a good battle on our hands in this series. The Mets, who were really swooning, won 4 straight before losing to the Yankees Sunday, and the Orioles coming in off the sweep. The O's trying to make one great stand on this homestand before the All-Star break. 6 with the Mets and Marlins.
All right, here we go.
Delayed start for baseball in Baltimore. We begin with a 94-mile-an-hour dart from Brandon Young to Brandon Nimmo.
The Orioles build on that momentum. A 4-2 road trip, an outstanding road trip. Can they
Foul.
do that is the question.
Nimmo yanks a fastball just foul. And it is 0-2 to the New York leadoff man. 7:21 our first pitch today. Delay of 46 minutes. Carlos Mendoza in his second year as the New York Mets manager.
Yeah, made a little history last year. Became the first Mets manager in his first.
I remember when Buck Showalter used to be our general manager for like in around 2016, around that time. Man, I really liked the guy. Man, he was a good GM. Well, not GM, head coach. Well, general manager, main manager, whatever you want to call it. But he moved over to the Mets, and then I think he's retired. You know.
3 times in their last 5 series in June, or toward the end of June, I should say. As you mentioned, they turned it around so far in the month of July. Beat Milwaukee 2 of 3 and beat the Yankees.
Yeah, Jackson Holiday's been very, very good this year.
Still only Lindor and Soto as the Mets will send up 7 hitters to bat left-handed against Young, who's 0-2.
Got it.
96 and he high strike free.
Hey, now, I like that. That's one of the best velocity fastballs we've seen from Brandon Young so far this year. Simply that fastball 92 to 95. That one 96. And painted perfectly at the bottom of the zone. So a good start for the 26-year-old Brandon Young.
Oh, we got Lindor. He's good.
This year, 7 have been on that 4-seamer. And now Francisco Lindor. He's 95 below the knees. His Young works with Jacob Stalling for the first time. Lindor, the National League's all-star starter and shortstop. It'll be his first time in the game in 6 years, as hard as that is to believe. And he takes another knee-high strike one as David Arrieta has balls and strikes this evening.
Lindor coming off a great season last year when he finished second in the MVP voting in the National League. And one of the first guys to break out the torpedo bat last year. He's still swinging.
That should be an out here. Got it. There you go, Gunner.
So now we get our first look at Juan Soto in a Mets uniform. And the crowd will greet him appropriately. We have gotten used to seeing a lot of Juan Soto over the years. Just down the Beltway in Washington. Got after a brief stay in San Diego. Went to the Yankees last year. The Orioles saw him 13 times. Some of the numbers are a little down for Juan Soto. Don't be fooled. He is still the same incredibly dangerous Juan Soto, as powerful as ever.
Powerful and patient is what he is at the plate.
So far, pitching's off to a hot start.
They're not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. That's what hitters become difficult. They're not afraid to hit with 2 strikes. Tough to get out.
He swings less than 35% of the time. It still has 21 homers. Soto will take that hard changeup. 72 walks for Juan to 68 strikeouts. The walks lead the major leagues. He's led the major leagues in walks 3 of the last 4 years, and last season at 129 for the Yankees.
Well, he's the only player in Major League history to have 800-plus walks before turning 27 years old. Nobody else can say that. He's the only one.
Well, that's a rare sight. Juan Soto with a swing and miss in the strike zone and a splitter from Brandon Young as Pete Alonso lingers. Juan Soto's only swung and missed at 15% of the pitches he swung at in the strike zone. Didn't swing and miss much outside the zone either. 2-2.
Got it.
Swing and miss again.
Amazing. I tell you what, pitching again off to a fantastic start.
J.D. Power is ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano. Let's talk salary.
Great. What do you typically offer for this role?
It's competitive.
And if it was a number, it would be...
A competitive number. With Indeed, you can avoid awkward salary conversations from the start.
Well, a number.
Is it competitive? This is a meal, a tender Italian steak and mozzarella sandwich so good you can't stop saying focaccia meal. Focaccia. 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 Try the new Italian steak and mozz sandwich. It just feels good at Panera.
Have your summer with wonder and wild fun at Busch Gardens. Explore 9 European villages. Race across 29,000 feet of coaster track. Become the beast and race above Bavaria on the all-new Big Bad Wolf, The Wolf's Revenge. Make your summer wonder-filled with high-energy shows, concerts, and fireworks during Summer of Wonder from June 27th through July 31st at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, the world's most beautiful theme park. Save up to 60% on tickets, fun cards, and memberships during our summer sale. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Well, an impressive.
Gunnar Henderson's up third. Jackson Holliday's up first.
Leads the Orioles to the plate. Loser 21st in baseball, 4.2 runs a game. 40 and 49, and they're led off by Jackson Holiday. Jacob Stallings making his home debut down the lineup. Tyler O'Neill back at Camden Yards for the first time in a couple of months. And that's the lineup to face Clay Holmes, who gets a strike one call on a sinker. One of 6 pitches for the longtime reliever. First full-time year bat as a big league starter.
Yeah, 7 years. First 6 years as a reliever. He's made that transition.
Oh, that's out.
I'm disappointed with 2.99 ERA, making his 18th start of the year. Well, I tell you what, the opponent's batting average is really, really good. 224. This is StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Take a look at Clay Holmes' pitch arsenal. Added a couple pitches becoming a starter this year. Second fastball, still the main fastball. He will use it about 38% of the time. And there's a sweeper, the changeup, the slider, and the cutter as well. The changeup and the cutter are the new pitches this year for Clay Holmes.
Well,
It's way outside
He's going to
there.
be impressed, but that's the question. Can he throw strikes? Last start, 4 walks, only 1 strikeout, 5 1/3 against Milwaukee, but gave up just 2 runs. Last 4 starts, 16 walks and 20 innings. And that slider disappears to Jordan Westbrook.
What?
Strike 1.
I mean, it's a real sinking fastball. That
Oh.
ball has a lot of depth to it. That fastball does a lot of movement left to right as well. He'll use it inside to the righties to get to those off-speed pitches away.
There we go.
Westbrook banks it up the middle for the game's first hit.
Jordan Westbrook, I tell you what, he continues to swing. Had a really good series of that. Just played the first 2 games. He was 4 for 8, a couple of homers.
Gunner's up next.
Single run right back into the barrel. He hits a hook shot by Jordan Westbrook continues to do the Jordan Westbrook thing. Good to have him back in line. That's a barrel ball right there. It's 108 off the bat.
Westbrook now 5 for 9 of those couple of runs since returning to the lineup Friday. First pitch sinker to Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah, as you can see what Clay Holmes does in the second half of the season. You know, I mean, we talked about 93 1/3 he's pitched this year so far. The previous high innings pitched for him in any season at the level. Just
Oh, it's foul.
innings of work. So he's already 23
innings ahead of what he's ever done in his career so far. Does he have the stamina to continue to make 30 starts and rack up 160 innings? We shall see.
Strikes on Gunner. 2 for 13 in Atlanta. And takes a kick change down and away.
This Oriole offense, folks, they have been balling here lately. Their last 20 games averaged a little over 5 runs per game over their last 20.
Yeah, tell you what, man, we've been good recently. Like offensively, we've definitely been good the past games. Like on the offensive side of the ball, at least.
Gunner's got the long helmet. Everybody else has the tricolor, white, black, and orange. Gunner Henderson went up there with the full black and orange.
You think it's by accident or by design? I'm saying it's by design. I'm thinking he thinks that's his lucky helmet.
We're about to find out. The change up crowded foul. Everybody else on the bench that I can see has a tricolor hats. Ryan O'Hearn has a tricolor helmet on deck. But Gunner's a simple man.
Hey, whatever works for you.
Maybe that's the only one that had the little flap in front of the cheek, the face guard. Having hit for ball 3 with a slider. So Gunner has seen one fastball. That is nothing new. Jacob DeGrom didn't call the fastball until his 6th at bat. He played Texas twice a couple weeks ago. Atlanta really peppered him with breaking balls, and Holmes doing the same with sliders and changes. Westbrook running. Anderson swinging and missing.
What?
It'll be a double play in second. The Orioles run themselves and sweep themselves through. And then again,
Well, not the way how I wanted to end the first.
Three for me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big Blue Pink fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and the bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network because they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. Some fancy experts finished the network test, and T-Mobile sort of opened a can of whoop up. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G with more towers, and their signal reaches further than ever. So you can text and instant talk and say, "You won't believe where I am." Seriously, where am I? Hey, I got signal.
If your grandpa wears one of these, or if your wife wears this, you can count on USAA membership for the spouses, kids, and then grandkids of those who serve. Count on us. Count on USAA.
Halos fans, on Thursday, July 10th, cheer on the Orioles when they face off against the New York Mets at Oriole Park in Camden Yards at 105. The first 10,000 fans receive the first ever Orioles Yacht Rock Cap presented by NASA Plus. Arrive early for this exclusive Origin Black-themed Captain's Cap and the Rose swag. Come out for a rocking afternoon in Birdland. Pack the yard for a fun-filled game of Orioles baseball. Buy your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
Our T-Mobile coverage cam takes us to the end of Brandon Young's first inning against Juan Soto.
Yeah, Carson ball for the 96, low for ball 1, and it paints a fastball to the inside part, so 1-1. There's a 90-mile-an-hour changeup, good one count, and there's a good splitter to get back to count 2-2, and an even better splitter from the outside part to play. A little fist bump from Brandon Young, and why not? He got rid of one of the best hitters in the game with a couple splitters.
And you do that to Juan Soto, you're looking more like Cy Young than Brandon Young, at least for a batter. It was a 1-2-3 first inning for the Oriole rookie, 26-year-old, in his 5th big league start.
Well, the second inning so far, and it's only a sample size for 4 part, but that's been the Achilles heel of Brandon Young. He's got an ERA over 11 in the second inning. So if he can find a way to stack a 0 here, you can look at Drew Fritz, the pitching coach for the Orioles. If he stacks a 0 here, he could be off and running for a while.
Just saw the first curveball, and it was a good one. That's maybe been the most impressive offering so far. Curveball that has a ton of quick. And he's added Pete Alonso to.
Yeah, he spends his breaking ball 2,700 RPM for this Brandon Young. Big league average on a breaking ball, about 2,600. The odd thing is he only got 1 strikeout so far this year with that curveball.
It was probably more about location or lack thereof location with curveball.
1-2 for Alonso. High fastball comes out of play. Pete Alonso having one of those years that gets you paid. He got paid a little bit last year. Say a little bit would be $30 million, but for 1 year, he's got a player option for next year. But he is having one of the best seasons of his terrific major league career.
That's made the All-Star team right for 15 there.
Man, we're on a roll.
And that's a good breaking ball, too.
So Brandon Young strikes out Juan Soto and Pete Alonso swinging back to back.
And I love that sequence, right? Fastball first, kind of up and in to speed that bat up, and then you bend that breaking ball right behind it. That's doing it right there.
Our Blue Moon writes about the curveball movement compared to a curveball of the average pitch, 3.5 more inches drop and a little more running. Had a curveball drop 71 inches in his last start. So you do the math on that. That's about a 6-foot drop curve. 1-0 for Jesse Winker, Mets DH. And that ball hits the bat of Winker for strike one. Winker's first game since May the 4th, even out with a right oblique strain. For his first 24 games. They have his 16 hits going for extra bases. A ground ball is
Ground out.
And Winker is retired quickly. 5 in a row set down by Brandon Young.
Liking what I'm seeing from Brandon Young so far. Attacking the strike zone, a lot of strike ones. The breaking ball looks good, the spinner looks good, and the fastball command is the main thing I'm looking at. See if he can stay out of the middle part of the plate. Again, his fastball.
Pitching's been phenomenal by Brandon Young. I mean, phenomenal.
There's that ratio you were talking about, Ben. 3-1 better strikes to balls right now. 2-1 to be precise. And the curveball doesn't get called. The Jeff McNeil. Pretty good pitch right there. Jeff McNeil having a wonderful year. His 8th with the Mets. The best seasons of his career to date. McNeil pops the ball down the line and left. Holds it to Couser.
Got it.
Brandon Young sits up and sits down against the New York Mets.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Foley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC. She called her?
No, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC.
We actually sold the Twins name rights.
You know, big stadiums, dude. Kids are so expensive these days. Drink up some.
Oasis Breeze 10 and Sky.
Peter, probably might have to do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us. The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
People don't really realize how much of an impact the feet have on the rest of the body. A lot of times people with knee pain, there's really nothing going on with their knee. The issue is actually stemming from the foot. So now we're predisposed to hip pain, low back pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that when the foot's placed in the ideal position, everything else up the kinetic chain works better. You have better balance, more energy, you're going to feel better, and you're not going to have to spend so much time worrying and thinking about your pain.
See what we can do for you with a free art support fitting at the Good Feet store. J.D. Power has ranked Nissan #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, the rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in the award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano.
Massive plus size and market fans to watch the O's with no cable subscription or contract. Required streaming on iOS and Android mobile devices. Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and now MLB.tv. Don't miss a pitch. Go to MassivSports.com and subscribe today. Back to house here on Tuesday night for the first of 2 Hawaiian shirt nights this homestand Saturday against the Marlins. First 20,000 fans. Ryan Oliver takes a sweeper strike from plate holds. 15,000 folks got up today. If you missed it today, come early on Saturday. And if you got it today, on Saturday again, make sure somebody else gets a shirt. have as many fans rocking these as possible. This is my sixth Hawaiian shirt day, seventh year. We didn't do it in 2020. My favorite design yet. Yeah, I like this one. I like this design. Particularly good sleeveless or if you're wearing a polo shirt underneath.
That's right. Works either way.
These guys are wearing over the t-shirts. There's a Grayson Rodriguez gas pump t-shirt. The guy with the City of United cap. Oh, there's some whips. How about that? What's that for? In the bracket, Mary Sanchez was fortunately hurt. To the new Savannah Gary, he's going to be out 8 to 10 weeks. Right injury.
That is tough, man. You know, it didn't look that bad. That little play on that tag. Apparently it was.
Strike called to Alberta, a tight cutter. There's the second K for Clay Holmes. Well, remember, it's the first of two Hawaiian shirt days this year. 20,000 fans this Saturday. Orioles and Marlins. Sleeves optional. Go to Orioles.com/tickets. Sometimes a sleeve can turn into a lunch lady cap. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
You tricked me.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, you tricked me on that.
I didn't know it was going to happen. I took a video.
I thought there was a little privacy going on here when I was fixing my shirt. Apparently there wasn't.
Stupid kid for always looking stupid.
Yeah, you stupid.
How about that farmer's stand, by the way, folks, right there?
Yeah, that's bad, man. That's really bad. That's, as Charles Barkley would say, that's terrible. Just terrible.
You see it. Zip lines won the first, and the Orioles did say, hang on a second. Alonso got pulled off the bag at some point. Danson Visconti called him out, and Tony Mansolino is waiting for a word here, and the word is no challenge. Play on.
Yeah, he definitely came off right here. Tracy come in, makes the throw, got plenty of time. Settled it a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was close, I thought.
And I don't know about that. I thought he had it on that last one just barely. It's so close. And of course, if you challenge here and lose it, you go without a challenge the next 5 innings. So the Orioles choose not to.
Oh, that's going to be ground. No, it's good. That was out, too.
Makes it look easy. And Younger.
If you're a pro, you know top quality Bear paint and Kills primer are available exclusively at the Home Depot. You know that now there's only one place to get the best value, service, and durability you expect from brands you trust. If you're a pro, you know.
Did your streaming expire when you least expected? Save the day by using the Bank of America Customized Cash Rewards Card. And choose to earn 6% cash back on online purchases like live streaming for the first year from account opening.
Alexa, turn lamp on.
Okay.
Alexa, change lamp color to orange.
Okay.
Designed to hydrate better than water. Made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel. So you can lose no sweat and earn a place in history. Is it in you? The new Kia Sportage X Pro, now with all-wheel drive terrain mode. Kia, movement that inspires.
Maryland Lottery's Fast Play contestant of the game, Perry Jerkowitz from Baltimore, has won $500 for being selected. Win $500 for every Orioles home run and $5,000 for each of the Grand Slam today. Learn how you can be the Fast Play contestant of the game at FDLottery.com/Baltimore. Beautiful night now in Baltimore. It was rather sticky earlier, but 81 at the first pitch after a little bit of a rain shower.
It is absolutely
Here's Camden Yard. First of the 3-game series for the Mets and Orioles. Good crowd, too. Very good. Whole lot of orange and some orange and blue on the visiting side with the New York Mets coming to town for the first time in years. Luis Cerez leads off against Brandon Young, who has retired the first 6 Mets in order. Cerez was the Mets' backup catcher at the start of the year. Now they're starter. Sends a flying ball right. Playable for Loriano. So you mentioned start getting to see a little better fastball location for Brandon Young. Safe to say we are seeing that right now.
Yeah. I think that's the key for him. But it is for any pitcher at the MLB level, or whatever level you pitch at, is go to strike one to try to stay out of the heart of the plate. That's why Brandon Young could get a little bit before this started. Felt like he's falling behind a little bit too much. And if he's had to throw the fastball, he's not throwing it in good spots, right? There's a difference between a strike and a quality strike. And Brandon Young gets about quality strikes. Get the ball where you need to get it.
That started through 71 pitches in 4 innings in Lawson, Texas. Mike Mauricio takes a fastball 1-1.
This fastball, it's got a little rise. You can see it. It kind of stays on the plane a little bit. It does 96 a couple of times tonight. It's a high percentage of strikes so far.
Powerful young Mauricio takes inside. Mike Mauricio in his career is a right-handed batter. 435 OPS. Dreadful number, but 806 as a lefty. This is the power side. This is the average side. He's reached base in 9 straight. 2-1 pitch. It is a changeup low.
It's a pretty good offense the Mets have, too. If you dig into it a little bit, the 8 most walks in baseball offensively, the 8th fewest strikeouts in baseball. So they don't strike out much. Walk a lot. Their Achilles heel has been hitting the runners in score position. That's why they're only averaging 4.4 runs per game. Not being great with runners in score position.
There we go.
3-1 square. And Young covers the 3-1 out and a 3-1 pitch. The 3-1 is the pitch counter as well for Brandon Young for 8 batters. As another young man, Brent Beatty, stands in. 25-year-old out of Round Rock, Texas. Was the 12th overall pick in the draft in 2019. 4th Mets here. And
That's their first hit.
He's the first base runner for the folks from Queens.
And that wasn't a bad pick right there for a first base fastball. Came off the bat right at 97. Watch the location. Pretty much right where the glove is. There's third. Actually, right on the inside corner. That tells me all I need to know about Beatty. He is looking for a fastball, and he got one. He hit it hard. So a lot of off-speed pitchers the next time, I would guess.
They got a league average overall hitter. Is the first base runner. Here's Nimmo.
Another flyout from the Mets. So far, pitching's been really great. Been very great.
Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark colored urine, tingling or numbness in the limbs. Tell your doctor if you were worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent. Friday is coming to like 8 to 11 with great deals on whatever you get into now.
My seminars are a great way to connect with young homeowners trying to get to their parents. Breaking down cardboard is something you have to do, not something you get to do. Lawn care is not a hobby. Not trying to hurt you. Just trying to be honest with you. Watching a neighbor get his tree removed is not a weekend play. Hey, let's give it up for that guy.
Aggressor can protect you from becoming your parents. But we can protect your home not only from us.
You're watching TV, not supervising it. Sit down, relax.
Hey, birthday on Thursday, July 10th. Cheer on the Orioles as they face off against the New York Mets at Oriole Park at 1:05 p.m. The first 10,000 fans will receive a Yacht Round cap presented by Massive Plus. Buy your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets. Tyler O'Neill leading off for the Orioles this inning. We saw the big swing that he had down in Atlanta coming off of the injured list. I asked the coaching staff earlier today what they felt like, if they saw anything now that he is healthy, and they said, well, first off, a player can tell you he's healthy or not healthy and be the opposite until he actually buys in to how he's feeling. But he did have a loop in the back end of his swing when he didn't have full shoulder mobility. They said he's much more direct to play now.
We saw that direct to play against Will Bell on that home run Saturday with 445 feet to count against Aaron Hubbard. That's the Tyler O'Neill we saw in Boston last year.
And look, he's been really good interleague play. 26 home runs, 58 RBIs for his career in interleague play. Been a pretty good hitter against the Mets. 273 average, couple of homers, 10 RBIs.
O'Neill was 2 for 8 with that home run walk and 2 strikeouts in Atlanta. 1-2 count here against Clay Holmes. And Tyler somehow gets a piece of that sweeper with a late breaking movement for Clay Holmes. Always impressed us and impressed the Orioles when he was in the back end of the Yankees bullpen, and it's still impressive.
Yeah, look, he can spin some breaking balls. He spins that sweeper about 2,800 RPMs. The average sweeper about 2,400 RPMs. It's been his best pitch. Holmes came in, hit just 141 on that sweeper.
And then he's got a few pitches here that kick change. The changeup was devastating drop, and he strikes out O'Neill.
Yeah, because he had to go to a start and pick up a couple of different pitches, and there's a good look at that kick change. It kind of set right in the heart of the plate. Will be a little bit out in front of it.
That's his biggest swing and miss pitch, 32% whiff rate. The sweeper's up the way to Mullins, 1-0.
He's been very consistent this year as Clay Holmes. 15 of his 17 starts, 3 earned runs or less. He's given some length to it. He's averaging about 5 2/3 per start.
Good chooses last year versus this year. This is what happens when you become a starter. 4 four-seamers by a lot. Barely threw that last year. And then the changeup and the cutter added in the repertoire. Threw the cutter early in his career, had a changeup early in his career 6 years ago, but this is a changeup with a new grip. The kick change kicks off the knuckle. We've seen that with Kate Povich, among others. So he is a true 6-pitch pitcher. And outside of the cutter, which he throws right there to get a strike, the other 5 pitches all have at least a dozen strikeouts. Look at the vertical drop, too. That's inches versus a comparable pitch at that velocity. Just about everything he has been sinks so late.
I love that sinking fastball here because he can front door to the left. He can start it in off the plate. As a hitter, you give up on it. He can sneak it right over the inside edge.
2-2%. Changeup's wide, 3-2.
And the velo's down a little bit year to year, but you would expect that. When the guy goes from the bullpen to a starting role, you got to conserve a little bit. So the velo's down just a tick, but still plenty of weapons to get you out.
Runs a sinker. It's seen into the strike zone. But Mullins gets a call on ball 4. And he is the Orioles' first player to walk.
Yeah, Sam wasn't so sure. He wasn't real quick to get down to first base. Here's the velo difference year to year for Clay Holmes. See, last year it averaged right at 97 miles an hour. This year it's right at 94, so about 3 miles per hour off of the fastball velocity.
Never threw a fastball slower than 93.4 miles per hour. 259 fastballs against. That's his season average right now. His fastball is down by intent 3.1 miles per hour. That's what Clay Holmes decided he had to do. Follow back that much to become a full-time big league starter. Came up as a starting pitcher through the minors. Matt Holmes coming out of the Pirate system. Did break 100 innings a couple of times in the minors, including 136 and a third in 2016 at Double A. This is already a career high in the big.
Yeah, his first year in the big leagues, he had a handful of starts. Was a reliever with a handful of starts.
Oh, that's going to be an out here.
Third, Mauricio's only plays across the way. Mullins the second on a 5-3 ground. Let's take a look at who's been getting it done, presented by the Home Depot. The Orioles have runner in scoring position.
Holiday's back up.
Which is where they've been getting it done all year through the end of May. On base plus slugging, OPS fourth worst team in the big league since June 1st. The second best, only 300 points higher, only behind the Red Hot Blue Jays.
That is a ticket for success right there. I mean, there was a time the Orioles were dead last in baseball runners and scorers. They have moved up now. They sit total at 23rd. Boy, as of late, they have been as good as anybody.
After an 0-3 Friday night in Atlanta, very good the last two games. Look at this guy, Jackson Holiday. Takes ball one.
Yeah, Jackson continues to impress out of leadoff spot.
Holiday rolled a sinker over to second to lead off the game for the O's. He's got Mullins at second.
Got it. Base hit. Go. Go home. Mullins. All right. Way to go, Holiday. Mullins made it home, so it's now 1-0. Woo.
Jackson Holiday, he just kind of reaches out there and circles right by the second baseman. Maybe a good move that would easily score, and he did. That's unusual for Clay Holmes because with runners in score position, his opponent's batting average is off the charts. 111 when opponents came in hitting off of Clay Holmes with runners in score position. That number just went up.
Go. Oh.
Runners in scoring position at 2 outs. Before that swing, that number was 097. The lead was 3 for 31 against Holmes in the runner in scoring position in 2-out scenarios.
I love that stat. I love pitchers that can turn it up when they need to and grab a different gear. For the most part, Clay Holmes has done that this year.
Average by situation. I mean, he bears
Oh.
by all the logs, a little bit of a home run issue here and there. Clay Holmes came in with the 10th best ERA in the National League, 2.99. Balls and a strike to Westburg, who singled up the middle. And there's a long strikeout. Jordan, 2-2.
Clay Holmes is a big guy. He's 6'5", 245 pounds. But if you watch him, he comes set in his set position. He gets the ball to home plate. It's a wide setup. He doesn't get the legs close together. They're far apart. He just kind of knocks his knees together, goes down the slope.
3-2 count to give Holiday a running start. The Orioles did catch a bit of a break this inning. It looked like the 3-2 to Mullins ran into the strike zone. New area to call it ball 4. And Cedric will come around to score. See if they can add to the break. 3-2.
Oh.
Sweepers after sweepers around the outside. But Jackson Holiday's RBI single flips the game's first run.
Oh, that is a delicious looking orange slice. Thank you. That's actually my son's slice. Proud of you, son.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm sorry. This is a slice of your son. Look, it's an honor to be chosen for a movement. Well, if it's an honor,
Yeah. Ah! Just kidding. That was a rip. The larger one is the dad.
Nothing outshines a good man.
It's a goal glove play. This ball is not coming back. Swing. Crosses it. That was a boom shot. That's your ball for Orioles baseball.
My friend Mary Tyler Moore was diagnosed with diabetes at age 33 and suffered severe vision loss from this disease later in life. Mary often spoke of her dream to create an organization dedicated to preventing blindness from diabetes. Today, the Mary Tyler Moore Vision Initiative is a reality. MTM Vision is dedicated to advancing medical research to preserve and restore the vision of people living with diabetes. To learn more, please go to marytylermoore.org, because the sight you save may be that of someone you love.
The fourth inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by Baltimore area Toyota dealers. It's game on at Toyota. Visit your local Baltimore area Toyota dealer or check out buyatoyota.com. Sun gleaming off the warehouse windows on this gorgeous Tuesday night, July the 8th, after a little bit of a rain shower. Orioles lead the Mets. To keep it going after a 3-game sweep in Atlanta. The O's are 40 and 49. They've got to get a winning homestand here against the Mets and Marlins to feel like they've got a real shot going into the All-Star break. And a great start for Brandon Young, who's ahead of Lindor with a curveball and a splitter.
Yeah, the Orioles at their worst were, 18 games below 500. Now they're 9, so they've cut that in half. Certainly moving in the right direction.
24 and 15 since game one of a doubleheader. Boston, May 24th. Fastball down the middle, fouled away by Lindor, and popped out to short in the first. This is a pretty tough trio for Brandon Young to navigate. Lindor, Soto, and Alonso, 2 All-Stars, and Soto certainly should be an All-Star. May well end up one. Injury replacements are always going to happen. Guys are going to get put onto the team late. We'll see if Juan Soto makes it, but Lindor is the starter for the Action League. And Alonso reserved to Freddie Freeman. Young's 1-2.
That's out. Yep.
So Juan Soto for his second time. StatCast percentiles. We said it's more, but the farther right you are, and the more red you are, you're pretty good in the StatCast world. That's pretty good for Juan Soto, who's got the best chase rate in baseball. He swings outside the zone less than anybody. The best expected slugging behind Aaron Judge. Expected average is ridiculous. Hard hit rate, 99th percentile. So Juan Soto had some slower moments, and everybody in the world of New York talk radio is melting down. There was really no reason to panic. He's coming off of a National League Player of the Month award in June, where he had 11 homers and 25 walks. And his OPS in the month of June, on base plus slugging, was the second highest in a month in the history of the Mets, only behind the great Darryl Strawberry, June 1990.
It's every year. It's every year he puts up those numbers. I was looking at some of the stats that we have, and most consecutive seasons with a 140 plus OPS to start a career. 140 OPS. Ted Williams did it 17 straight years to start his career. Pujols the second highest, and Juan Soto now 7.
Oh, that's a hit.
140 plus OPS.
And he just knocked the cover right for the second base hit. At 140, that means is your OPS would adjust that to target league. That's 40% better than the average hitter. Now, career net number is 160. So Juan Soto, who by the way is only 26, hard to believe, same age as Brandon Young, hard to believe, is 60% better than the average hitter.
But look at this list, man. Ted Williams, 17 consecutive years to begin his career at a 140 plus. OPS, on base plus slugging.
Soto's looking to do it for an 8th straight time. And when people throw out 10 Williams as uncomfortable to Juan Soto, I know that sounds insane, but you just gave us a stat that shows he's about halfway there. I know he's only about halfway there, but that's genuinely the company he's been in as Alonso takes a strike. 10 Williams, Mel Ott, Eddie Matthews. These are the kind of guys, Mike Trout, Bryce Harper, Frank Robinson, that have had this level of success this young. And those are some of the best hitters in the history of the game. And Juan Soto will probably go down as one of the best hitters in the history of this game. Early to say that? Maybe. It's his 8th big league year. He's already a 4-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, World Series champ in his age 20 season. He's going to be with the Mets for the next 15 years, including this one. First, and Soto went in standing. You can see Stallings pointing to first from behind the plate as Soto got a huge lead.
Yeah, Soto's got 10 bags this year. That's a big lead. See him leaking. He is leaking towards second base. Whoa. If Young would have been an instant quicker, he gets Soto right there.
So he's thrown over twice now. Soto, as this scenario in his favor, he is leaking and he is leading, but not going.
Double play. Come on. Got it. Let's go. Way to go, Henderson. Woo.
Secure victory. Drivers in F1 the movie need total focus. They also need to eat. KFC fill-ups are back. Enjoy 4 ways to fill up for just $7 each. And see F1 the movie in theaters now. Rated PG-13.
Hey, look at that. They got one of DirecTV's new genre packs. I think you mean genre packs. Yeah, that's what I said. Now they can pay less and pack just the TV they want. Pick the TV they want. Yeah, now you get the picture. I do. Right now at the Home Depot. Shop 4th of July savings on Samsung appliances. Like the all-in-one washer-dryer with super speed. Ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. That was easy. Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
Depend keeps you drier than ever, so you can say yes to more than ever. Yes, yes, yes. No. Depend. The only thing stronger than us is you.
Halos fans, on Thursday, July 10th, cheer on the Orioles when they face off against the New York Mets at Oriole Park at Camden Yards at 105. First 10,000 fans receive the first ever Orioles Yacht Rock Cap presented by NASA Plus. Arrive early for this exclusive Origin Black-themed Captain's Cap and the Rose swag and come out for a rocking afternoon in Birdland. Pack the yard for a fun-filled game of Orioles baseball. Buy your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
Calling all heroes, all veteran and active military members can receive a complimentary Orioles cap at any home game throughout the season. Just visit the guest experience kiosk behind home plate. It's presented by Tower Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union for over 70 years. Gunnar Henderson on the left, Ron Yelman, Gunnar Henderson on the right, got it sorted out.
Well, he struck out his first time. Maybe we're not going to change.
Let's see if the 3-color cap does him well. Batting against Clint Holmes. Henderson, O'Hearn, and Laureano for the Orioles. Leading the Mets in the opener of this 3-game series. New York 52-39, Baltimore 40-49.
That's going to be an out.
Next time, Gunnar wear a pink helmet. Clint Holmes has retired the leadoff hitter all 4 innings. 2 hits, 1 walk, and 1 run against. Holmes has struck out 4. His 18th start of the year.
Let me change gears for a quick second. Our thoughts and prayers are with the folks of Kerrville, Texas, around Texas, with all the flooding. I know I'm not the only one thinking about that, but what a tragedy that has been. So I just want to take a moment and let those folks know. If any of them watching, if you're thinking about them, praying about them, it's a very, very tough situation, horrible situation.
It's been just awful, awful to watch. Unspeakably awful. There are a whole bunch of players right over. One of them
It's been
come from the Texas area.
watching the news, man. I tell you what, I can't even imagine.
It's really hard to. Terrible flooding in Guadalupe River a couple days ago. And look, if there's anything folks can do, anything you can give, there are all kinds of organizations online that are helping out. Yeah, those folks there. Well said. We're all thinking about all the folks down there in that area in Kerrville, Texas. Coach to third.
Well, that was close. Oh, man.
That is such. He made that play look easy. That is such a difficult play because you're running towards the third base dugout. So you got to throw across your body with some pace to it and some accuracy right here. He swung over to shift a little bit. Backhand side circles it just enough to get a little momentum, but how about a flick of the arm and a perfect throw over Pete Alonso over at first base. His best defense. Pretty good so far this year. Talk about fielding percentage. They're 12th in baseball at 987. Big improvement from last year. Mets last year 25th fielding percentage, so they've jumped up a lot in that category.
And Mauricio is playing his 12th game of the year as a starter and third. He came up as shortstop. Minor league career, Ronnie Mauricio started 395 games at short and only 9 at third. But of course, you're not going to play shortstop with Mets because of Francisco Lindor, so he's had to push over.
Well, that's why so many people draft shortstops out of high school. They draft college kids out of high school at the pro level because if they can't stick at shortstop or you have a Lindor type player in front of you, you can always move those guys over to third or second base.
Mauricio has played some second as well. 2-1 for Laureano here. Rounded out to Mauricio his first time. And in the count, the best hitter in the majors by average 593.
Oh, come on. That was almost a home run. Oh, man.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Foley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
So you need Jablonski Auto Body LLC.
They actually sold the twins' name rights.
You know, like stadiums did. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis, Freeze, Tan, and Star.
You need a fan? I'm your man. We do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options.
Works for the right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
It's a goal glove play. This ball is not coming back. Swing. That was a boom shot. Orioles, Marlins. The series starts July 11th at 6:30 on Massive.
I've always wanted a big family, but one moment can change your whole entire life. I went to the doctor and was told I had stage 3 cancer, and I would most likely never carry another baby. Right before I was about to start chemotherapy, I was told about a new clinical trial funded by Stand Cancer that used immunotherapy, and after my 9th treatment, my tumor had completely disappeared. Because of this trial, I was able to welcome a beautiful baby girl and watch my family grow. Help push cancer research further at standuptocancer.org/cares.
Carl say good hands replay the double play that ended Brandon Young's fourth.
Love that right there. Little swimmer off the end of the bed by Alonso. Watch over her. Clears the path. Perfect throw to Henderson. That big cannon coming across the line. And Brandon Young is there in plenty of time.
That was a phenomenal play.
From the 26-year-old Brandon Young, who has stacked 4 straight zeros to begin this game.
The Orioles turn their 65th double play of the year, tied for 19th in that. Young has retired 11 of 13 singles Beatty and Soto, the only blemishes.
That's the Mets. The Mets have rounded into now 76 double plays, which is third most in baseball.
That's one of the reasons, despite being ninth on base and seventh in slugging, they're only 14th in runs because they just hit into a ton of those. Alonso has now hit into 14, which ties Juan Soto for the National League lead. 2 for Jesse Winker. Dan struck him out swinging.
All right.
Welcome back to Splitsville.
That thing is dirty right there. And he's throwing it, folks. Now, I mean, in the perfect spot.
Brandon Young is doing one amazing job.
And those last 4 or 5 feet, there's a really good look right there, Splitter. Spread your fingers out, put the thumb on the side and throw it just like a fastball and let the grip work and the action work right there for another strikeout. 4th strikeout of the day for Brandon Young.
Fairly new pitch for him. Talked to Brandon a little while ago. He said that was a new pitch he added this offseason. It's a rare pitcher has both a splitter and a change. And I asked him about that splitter. He said, well, hitters don't like that. With a laugh and a smile on his face. And they certainly have not liked it tonight. Jeff McNeil didn't like it either. It's 0-2. I think Brandon Young coming out of junior college, Howard College, then Louisiana Lafayette, as some still call it. Had a fastball, slider, changeup, cutter. This splitter is new in football. Was not something we really saw in college.
Yes. Let's go.
That's 5 strikeouts for Young, and 3 of them on the splitter. Big time, man.
That's about as dirty as a Bourbon Street martini right there. Just
Pitching has been tremendous.
Gets ahead with the fastball, gets ahead of you, and expands his zone, and he is starting it right where he needs to, and it's ending up in a perfect spot.
Luis Torrens. There's a rear cutter, only the second one of those tonight. 4 2/3 innings has tied.
If this goes down like this might be one of the best pitching games I've seen from the Orioles this season.
4 innings, 3 runs. 4 2/3.
If this is the way it keeps going.
4 innings, 4 runs. 4 innings, 3 runs. This has come out of absolutely nowhere. He's ahead 0-2. Hit it anywhere. He's thrown 9 pitches, 9 strikes.
There is nothing not to like about Brandon Young's stuff tonight. The fastball command we talked about earlier had to be there. It has. He had to attack the strike zone. He has done that. He's been able to get to his all-speed pitches, and they have all been really sharp.
Cincinnati is actually 8 pitches, 8 strikes, which means he's 1 pitch away from an immaculate inning. 0-2.
Yes. Let's go. Let's go.
Young man is fired up and he is wearing a gym right now.
Oh, look, I'm bottomless. Just like bottomless apps for $9.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings. That's right, you can get bottomless mop sticks, fried pickles, and so much more for you and all your bottomless friends. Bottomless apps for $9.99 only at B-Dubs.
At Ace, however you grill, we've got the perfect one for you. Because only your local Ace has all the best brands in one place, like Weber, Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone. That sounds pretty perfect.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting a Bateman, but you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, big mobile, not too fast, baby.
Never play with poison ivy.
Someone's a flirt. Bateman, please.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Oh, I get it now. Poison ivy. For 2025, Toyota is the best resale value brand for the 5th year in a row. Proving that Toyota's quality and reliability also means affordability and savings. So choose Toyota, a brand built on confidence and driven by trust. Now buy a Camry, Corolla,
or Prius, all with 4.99% APR financing for 5 years. Toyota, let's go places.
This day in Orioles history presented by the Good Feet Store, July 8, 1958, the only All-Star game at Memorial Stadium. Coach Brando's starting catcher went 1 for 2, and reliever Billy Digger Odell was the hero, retiring the last 9 National League batters, winning the unofficial MVP AL 1-4-3. Live the life you love. Don't let your feet get in the way. Visit goodfeet.com.
Saw Hammer and Hank in there. Ken Williams.
1958. Wow. I'll tell you what that game probably did not have. An immaculate inning by Brandon Young in his 5th major league start.
If you had that on your bingo card tonight, hey, baby, let's go to Vegas.
Ooh. Now let's stay there a while. 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts. That's an immaculate inning. An extreme rarity in the majors. As Colton Cowser takes strike 1 and 2.
Yeah, like I said, man, pitching tonight from Brandon Young, absolutely tremendous.
Cowser gets a piece of that changeup to stay alive. Now, this ballpark has been buzzing tonight for the right arm of Brandon Young. Leads 5 innings for the first time in his big league career, and he's done so on just 54 pitches.
Efficient he has been.
2-2 to Cowser, lays off the game. A little more selective these last couple of weeks, and not swinging as frequently at changeups and splitters.
Yes.
There's a base hit. And a ball first for Colton. Appropriately, it's National Cow Appreciation Day. That's a real thing. And the moves are out for Colton.
Well, I love this swing right here. A little two-seam fastball working away from him. He just simply goes out, watch him just kind of lean out over the plate and just poke this ball where nobody is, right down the third base line. A beautiful swing by the Biltman. And a good start for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 5th.
Cowser just 1 hit and a walk in the series in Atlanta as a hit. And 2 at-bats tonight. Here's Tyler O'Neill. Strike 1 to O'Neill. Tyler puts out on that changeup tumbling down the middle. 4 strikeouts for Holmes.
I mean, that's the unhittable pitch right there. Two-seam fastball starts at about, 8 or 10 inches off the outside edge. You get up on his hitter, he just kind of leaks it back. Not sure it came all the way back, but he got the ball.
'61 pitches through 4+ for Holmes. Mets could use not only a quality start, they could use an efficient start. Their starting rotation the last 3.5 weeks has really fallen apart. Injuries are a big part of that. What I think is hoping to come back this weekend on the hamstring issue. Shaman Ayala, oblique and elbow issues. The last 22 games, just 4 starts of 5+ innings for the Mets rotation.
Yeah, I know the Orioles have been beat up a lot. They have, but if you look at the Mets, they have used 35 pitchers this year. We're not into the All-Star break yet. 35 pitchers, that's the most in Major League Baseball.
Two for O'Neill. And Tyler runs it full. Mets starting rotation have the best ERA in baseball for their first 69 games, 2.79. The last 22, that ERA's gone to 5.92.
Well, the good news for them, the Singer's going to be coming back. I think he makes his last rehab start. He is going to start again.
There's a good fastball to strike out O'Neill for the second time. I think it gets Singer, but it's a 147 ERA back this weekend. And there are the splits. They're June 12th, 280. This is the starting rotation ERA. They're 7-15 in their last 22. 5.92 starters ERA. Only Washington worse. And that's overall ERA, I should say. The starters 5.61.
Yeah, all at the same time. And it started on Friday, June the 13th, when it started for them. They were swept by Tampa Bay. And all of a sudden, the offense quit hitting, and the pitchers that were doing so well, the ERA started to climb. They went through a rough stretch. Matter of fact, 3-13 to finish up the month of June.
Are you saying Friday the 13th X was on the Mets?
It might have been. I mean, anytime you get swept in 3 of your next 5 series, and that's what happened to them. Rays swept them, the Braves swept them, and the Pirates swept them as well in the month of June.
Volatile bouncing ball. High throws in time to second. And against the lead runner Kowser, 1-6 on the fielder's choice. So a walk and a fielder's choice for Cedric, and there are 2 away.
Jacob Stallings had himself a good series down in Atlanta. Went 2 for 5, couple RBIs. For that big base hit and extra innings. That 2 RBI doubles. Right after Ramon Laureano had singled a run in.
Good swing from Stallings. The Orioles are now down to Jacob Stallings and Alex Jackson as their 2 catchers. 2 catchers who, as of a couple of weeks ago, were not in the Orioles organization. Gary Sanchez was placed on the injury list on Sunday. Right knee sprain. Mullins is running. Low pitch. Durant.
Stop.
Safe as the call as Mullins somehow kept his right foot on the bag.
Okay, I thought Mullins got out there.
But the slide is what did it for Cedric Mullins. The old swim move right here. Kind of swam it out for Cedric. Watch this slide. He's going to pick up that left off, get it out of the way,
No way.
around, and watch the toe. Somehow he's going to hang
What a play.
the toenail home there. That's big time right there. How about this?
No way.
What a play.
Big time. That's outrageous.
What a play.
That's a
Holy cow.
You see right there, folks. Now let's see if the Orioles can take advantage of that.
An absolute okey-doke on a throw that had dead to rights.
And that's going to be out here.
Just be a nice deal for nothing, as it turns out. Orioles leave a runner at second. Brandon Young back out there after an immaculate fifth when we come back.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
First night in the house.
Like you know to check the neighbors first before buying a house. What's up? Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go, I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything. And now I'm back in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage in the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years. Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight that may occur. Before treatment can check for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease. Skyrizi is also approved for ulcerative colitis.
The first Orioles immaculate inning, 9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts in 7 years. Belongs to an undrafted free agent who entered the ninth inning with a 7.02 ERA. Yeah, he got finger first.
Since 2018? First immaculate inning in 7 years. That's incredible. That just shows you how good our pitching is tonight.
Kevin Gausman, April 23rd, 2018, in the 7th inning against Cleveland. The last Orioles are back in the league, and why not keep it going? And Juan Mauricio. Just can't believe what we've seen tonight from Brandon Young. His 5th big league start. The first 4 were nowhere close to this masterpiece as he buries Juan Mauricio. The tough thing is it's still just a 1-0 game. But Brandon Young has managed to shut down a Mets team that came in winning 4 of his last 5, struggling the weeks before that. But this team was feeling really good. Played well against Milwaukee and the Yankees, battered Yankees pitching the first couple of games.
Oh no, that's gone. Oh man, that's gone.
Yeah, the Mets have been playing it pretty good in the month of July. I mean, they came in, there's 6 games in the month of July, averaging almost 6 runs per game. So the offense definitely starting to tick up. Mauricio's 4th long ball of the year, his 6th RBI, and we are all new again here at the top of the 6th. That didn't look like a split up. It was a change-up. They didn't have to quite the spin on the splitter. That is a pretty good hit on the spot for Mauricio.
It's not even a hard to get ball, but a definition of hard hit. 94.2 off the bat. We got it up in the air, far enough down the line. Now 1-1 tie is Brandon Young. Nails ball on to Brett Beatty. Ronnie Mauricio had the longest home run for the Mets this year. Did come in Colorado with 456 feet. This one, 362. More than enough. As Brandon Bird and Brett Beatty. Beatty with one of 3 Mets hits tonight. They have not walked. It's the 60th pitch for Young. And Beatty hits one.
Oh, that's off the wall.
Oriano sips it in the hallway, but Beatty's got a double. And the 8 and 9 hitters bang back-to-back extra base hits for New York.
Yeah, Beatty a 2-for-2 night working. Single in his first at bat in the 3rd. A double here in the 6th. This looked like a curveball here. Yeah, that ball set up just enough for the 9-0 hitter. Brett Beatty.
Wow.
This ball had a little bit more air underneath it. Pitch would have been up and said it's off the wall.
That was almost back-to-back home runs.
So Tony Manzolino is going to get the bullpen going, even though Brandon Young's only thrown 60 pitches and allowed 1 run in every game at this point, heading up to the deadline. Feels about as must-win as it gets in the Orioles state. They're going to get Gregory Soto heated up. It's crazy how quickly things can change. Yeah, moment is an immaculate inning, and you're through 5 innings, 54 pitches, and the next it's time, and the bullpen's up.
That's why it's a beautiful game, right? You got to get 27 outs.
So it's the 3rd time through the order, which Brandon Young has not seen much this year. Opposing batters are 1 for 6 against Young, the 3rd time through. Only 7 batters faced in that span. And Nimmo drives this to deep left center field.
Oh no! Come on! Oh. Mets have the lead now. Man, we're having a 6th inning collapse right now.
Good to see Mullins is up after sliding into the wall. But Mauricio, Brady, and Nimmo put the best on top for the first time.
Yeah, I'm talking about a heck of a play by Colton Cowser. Watch how quickly Colton Cowser gets this ball right here. Right off the wall, he's going to throw a dart to Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson unleashed the throw and makes this play a lot closer to what you thought it was going to be. That's a solo home run by Mauricio, and then back-to-back doubles by Beatty and Nimmo.
And a visit Drew French.
So what's different about this inning than the previous five, right? If you go back and look, the balls again are starting to get in the heart of the plate where Brandon Young wasn't the first 5 innings. That curveball kind of set up right in the heart of the plate. That fastball, the last one, right in the heart of the plate as well.
Pitching into the 6th inning for the first time since May 2nd at Charlotte, AAA Norfolk. And the first time in the big leagues, Brandon Young has had a spell of big trouble. And Francisco Lindor may be his final batter. The possible Soto showdown to come. Lindor's popped down to short, grounded out to first. Nimmo's the runner at second with nobody out and 2 runs across. And Lindor rolls the ball over. Foul. Just hooked at the last moment.
Lindor doing exactly what you thought he would try to do, right? Guy at second base, nobody out. He's trying to hit a ground ball to the right side and push that runner over to third. Well, that is a beautiful shot right there.
It's an orangey sky. And Mets are threatening to turn into a broken lullaby for Brandon Young. That fastball, and Lindor laid off. Got 4 down at third, confirms it. Lindor just 204 the month of June, but 7 of 19, 6 RBIs in his last 5, so good start to July. He takes a splitter to low for ball 2. 2-1 count, 2-1 game, 64 pitches at 5+ for Brandon Young. Active leading in the 5th, and the Mets have had an immaculate start to the 6th with a home run from Mauricio, doubles from Beatty and Nimmo. And now the beating part of their order, Lindor, Soto, and Alonso do up. Foul away 2-2.
Okay. However, though, we gotta be better we gotta be good on offense. If we want to win this game, we can't afford ground outs, any fly outs. We gotta execute on offense.
Time call behind the door.
He can strike out in a big way right here.
Instead of fly ball to left, Cowser calls it. Nimmo, hold at 7. That is just as good as a strikeout. And a big first out in the 6th.
Well, Cowser scared me at first. He didn't see that ball off the bat. He kind of threw his arms up right away. Then he picked it up and made the catch.
And that's going to be the final out for Brandon Young, who should get a pretty sizable ovation from this crowd.
See Cowser right there. He finally picked it up in the last second.
Yeah.
He did not see that ball.
Brandon Young pitched a very great game. Aside from the home runs, but yeah, what a game. Like he just ran out of energy, yeah. like I was saying, Brandon Young had a very, very amazing game. Aside from this inning where he had that meltdown, that signaled it was time for him to leave the plate, leave the mound. So yeah, but he pitched an incredible first half of the game. Like that's probably one of the best pitching jobs from any Orioles pitcher I've seen this year. I gotta give him a go ovation, man, for Brandon Young, man. He should start more games. He should be promoted to start more games, man. And like I said at the start of the stream, we are going in the right direction, guys. Like we are going in the right direction. I'm not saying we're gonna bounce back and make the playoffs, but if we can just finish the season above 500, we can. That I would call that a win.
When the time comes to trade in, buy a Toyota RAV4 or Grand Highlander now with 4.99% APR financing for 5 years. Toyota, let's go places.
And like I said too, man, if we want to win this game, we gotta just be a little better on the offensive side.
For the past 10 years, MidStar Health, it's how we treat people. There's Brandon Young. After a career high 5 and a third, he'll give way to left-hander Gregory Soto, making his 40th appearance of the year. Opponents hitting .222 off the left-hander. Soto.
Those 40 appearances, one behind Brian Baker for the team high. And it's a big spot for Gregory Soto against Juan Soto. Gregory Soto, the only lefty in the Orioles bullpen, and Tony Mansolino plays him to face Juan Soto, Alonso, maybe weaker.
Get it! Yes!
Will tag and get to third, but there are two away. Good running play by Ramon Laureano.
That ball was pelted right there. Laureano got a great jump running hard out toward right center field. And certainly robbed Juan Soto of extra bases right there. Laureano, folks, he keeps doing it on both sides of the ball. This ball was touched right here. He really easily got that ball. Got it as quickly as he could. Mo tags up and goes second to third with 2 out.
So the Orioles will intentionally walk Alonso. They're not going to get the matchup they hoped for, though, with Winker. Mark Vientos will pitch hit for the Mets. So Carlos Mendoza goes to his bench and employs the right-handed Vientos. And Jacob Stallings will walk out for the home plate. Slow the game down for Vientos. Great power, but it's in a down year.
Let's go, close.
25-year-old Vientos, 27 home runs, 837 OPS a season ago, 6 homers in 60 games here at 619. Takes low for ball 1. Vientos' career, 712 OPS against lefties, 722 righties. The splits are more dramatic this year, so it's not an automatic platoon advantage just because of right on left. But Jesse Winker, way better against righties than lefties. So that's why Carlos Mendoza makes the move. Third, Alonso at first. Here's 2-0. It's grounded to short.
There you go. Out. There we go.
So Gregory Soto gets out of it. Let's do get 2 in the lead. They scramble 2 as well. 1-run game in Baltimore.
Kills Primer are available exclusively at the Home Depot. You know that now there's only one place to get the best value, service, and durability you expect from brands you trust. If you're a pro, you know.
That was a blown shot. Orioles, Rays. The series starts July 18th at 7 on Manson 2.
We're with Leon after his fourth military move. And being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today.
Orioles Insights presented by PNC Bank, brilliant decor since 1865. So monthly, pitches per plate appearance on the left, runs per game on the right. This shows you is just because you see a lot of pitches doesn't mean you score a lot of runs. The least patient month for the Orioles, June, was actually their highest scoring, 6 most runs per game in the month of June. Jackson Holiday has been the poster boy for that.
Like I said, they take a little page out of Jackson Holiday's books.
This year he's been much more aggressive. They swung at the first pitch there, which Jackson has done 41% of the time. Last season, Otley found himself in a lot of 0-1, 0-2 counts, so he's just attacked earlier in the count this year. It's a pretty good success. Was based today on a 1-1 pitch. Drove in a run. Cedric Mullins scored in third, the only Oriole run to date. Against Clay Holmes, who's at front 0-2. Now, Clay Holmes doesn't find a more aggressive Orioles today at 71 pitches through 5 innings. It's 14.2 per inning. Last 4 starts for Holmes averaged 18.5 pitches.
Yeah, big league average about 17 pitches.
Oh. Walk to first.
Front-foot slider. Holiday is hit to lead off the Baltimore 6th.
All right, back to back. These Orioles got leadoff guy open. He started out way too far inside, right on the top of the back foot.
5th batter of the year by Holmes. And 5th time Holiday's been hit this season. Whisper base hit up the middle and struck out on a sweeper. See what outcomes the Orioles are looking to achieve in tonight's game, presented by T. Rowe Price. Jordan Westberg in the lineup, 4.9 runs per game without a 3.6. Sometimes it's as simple as that. He was 4 for 8 with 2 homers in the series in Atlanta.
There we go. There we go. See what Gunner can do.
T. Rowe Price, the exclusive investment partner of the Baltimore Orioles. Better questions, better outcomes. T. Rowe Price invests with confidence. What can Gunnar Henderson do here?
Come on, gone! Oh, that was so close to being a home run.
Left of your Hawaiian shirt, but gosh. Out in front of the changeup, Holmes. And he gets another one.
You know, if we walk here, if Gunnar Henderson walks to first, we are going to have the bases loaded.
Scoring position this year. The Orioles have gotten much better as a team. He's been one of the catalysts. 2 on, nobody out.
There we go! Another RB. Okay, well, the bases are loaded with nobody out.
position right behind second base. He goes up, can't get to it. So a hit by pitch, back-to-back singles by Westberg, and Henderson has loaded the bases with nobody out.
Okay. We're in a position that we can execute and hopefully get the lead.
Ryan O'Hearn coming to the dish. Don't forget, you can watch the Orioles with no cable subscription or contract required if you're an in-market fan. On Massive Plus on your iOS and Android mobile devices. Apple TV, Amazon, Fire TV, Roku, MLB.tv. Go to MassiveSports.com. Subscribe today. Certainly wouldn't want to miss a moment like this. Left-hander Richard Lovelady is warming for the Mets. Sir Anthony Dominguez has stopped warming, and he, like the rest of us, is just a spectator now. And the stadium roaring and rising for Ryan O'Hearn. Allen's one out of play. Another bit of awkward English on that Holmes breaking ball.
Charge!
For Ryan. One grand slam, 333 hitter. Lifetime with a loaded. And he's got tremendous speed everywhere. Holiday, Westberg, Henderson aboard. O'Hearn ground ball. That's wide at first, and it's 0-2.
A lot of all-speed pitches. You notice that the play on. He gets himself in the box. He's going to the all-speed side.
Place is rocking and ready to truly explode. But O'Hearn's going to fight back.
There we go! Let's go! 1 run. 2 runs. Let's go! Let's go! We took back the lead, boys. 3-2. Woo! Well executed. There you go, Ryan O'Hearn.
Boy, it's the pitch that has been playing Holmes' kryptonite. That slider. Lefties have pelted this year. The league as a whole slugging 589 off the slider. And Holmes threw it in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and O'Hearn was ready for it. Mariano nearly gets hit by the sweeper. It's 2-0 for the Mets infield pinched in. It's 2-0. It all started on an 0-2 pitch. A breaking ball that hit Jackson Holiday in the back foot. That was the slider. 2 0-2 sliders have been the critical pitches in this 6th inning. 2-1. Out of play, 2-2. After the hit-bender singles from Westberg and Henderson, and then O'Hearn, who has been a little down of late. Tough month of June, tough start to July. One of the biggest hits of his All-Star season. Now Mariano.
There we go! And the big inning continues, boys. Come on, get another one. Yes! 5-2. Let's go! Let's go! Not even a single out yet. Let's go!
July savings on Samsung appliances, like the all-in-one washer dryer with super speed, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. That was easy. Get free delivery now at the Home Depot.
Investment opportunities are everywhere you turn. Take charge forward. Freeze in your tracks. Or let curiosity light the way. At T. Rowe Price, we're asking smart questions about opportunities like AI and how the industry's born to support AI might better support us all. Better questions, better outcomes. T. Rowe Price.
Hey, Marty, we got us what's known as a luxury box. These babies don't come cheap.
Yeah, sure.
Who needs to see the game? What sport is this?
Oh, hot dogs.
What are your specials?
Hot dogs. Oh, 2 please. For you, 2 buy for us.
I'd love to, because I earn unlimited 2% cash rewards with my Wells Fargo Active Cash Card.
Oh, Marty, we're on the celebrity cam.
The Active Cash credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply.
People, they're good for squad goals and squad. People are good for these kinds of cheers and these kinds of cheers. Jim Beam, best enjoy it together. Official spirit, U.S. Soccer.
2 two-run hits in the Orioles 6th. Ryan Hart on the right, doubled in a pair. Ramon Laureano on the left, singled in a pair. And Clay Holmes this season, man, had been dominant, utterly dominant runners in scoring position until he ran into this Orioles no-so.
Not tonight, though. 4 for 5 to Orioles. And there's Richard Loveland this season with Toronto and
11.05 ERA. That is not good at all. That's trash, man. That 11 point something ERA is trash. I'm saying, like,
It all started on an 0-2 hit by pitch on a slider from Jackson Holiday. Single, double, single. And the Orioles, who fell behind, giving up 2 at the top of the 6th, have turned this game upside down.
And I mean, Clay Holmes was rolling too. And 5 consecutive guys would reach. Lovelady's second fastball, sweeper, slider, and occasional four-seam fastball. His best pitch so far this year has been that slider. He's hitting 125 off of that.
Nasser fouls a sweeper away. Clay Holmes allows 5 runs for the first time this season. It could be 6, and he is still shaking his head, trying to find answers after he has left this game. He has departed, and the answers are still departing him. And here in left center.
Come on. That's our first time. All right.
You call him productive at bat. Pushes it deep enough. Boy, you could see Laureano right there. As soon as that ball went in the air, the rule typically is halfway in case the ball is dropped. When he realized that ball was going to be pushed deep enough, and he had a chance. Watch this. Ball goes in the air, thinks about it. He goes, no, that's going to be deep enough. Let me get back just in case for the place in front of him. So he can start hard. But he didn't even look, man. He put his head down and grabbed an extra 90 and got himself in the scoring position.
Looked like a square going out of the blocks. Watch him pull back the arm when he gets here, too. He's ready to go.
Look, he never looked up to the front was. His hand is down.
So runner at second for Tyler O'Neill, who struck out twice against Holmes. And it's an 0-2 count against Lovelady. Throw through to second. And Laureano was on the base.
He's the Reds, man. We have seen it already. He can throw it. I don't play the best.
Two for O'Neill.
Oh.
Man. That's the second Oriole batter to be hit by an 0-2 pitch this inning. Holiday by a home.
The Mets are up. This is a 6th inning meltdown for the Mets. Yep.
So Tyler hit for the third time this year. And the Mets are going to get the bullpen going again. Alex Carrillo. Nearly hit Mullins got a piece of the bat. By the way, if you can believe this, the Mets have used 35 players to pitch. The guy we just saw, Alex Carrillo, will be making his big league debut. Making 36 if he comes in, huh? Man, that's a lot of pitchers, man. Not even the All-Star break. But the Stars have held it together, man. Even with all the injuries, it's the fourth best rotation in baseball. Bullpen is not quite as good. They're ranked 13th in baseball. 21 out of Mullins, who has walked, reached the fielder's choice, and stolen the base. 4 runs, 6th inning. And Mullins, who's hit left-handers better than righties this year, looking to add to it. Drop ball right side.
Oh, that could be a double play.
That's the out at second.
Nope.
Ramos throw late to third.
I was going to say, that could have been a double play. Now we got runners on first and third. Yeah, so far I would say this has been a well-executed game. Like, pitching, this was just a complete team win. Like, pitching was really good. We've been executing on offense. So, yeah, this 6th inning, we just went off.
Well, the Mets are going to take Richard Lovelady out of this game after 3 batters faced. It'll be a big league debut for Alex Carrillo in a 5-2 game.
I'm a martial artist, a skydiver, a pilot, and all of them require your feet to work. Get up in the morning, and it felt like I was standing on marbles on my heel. When I went into the good feed store, the fitting was personalized. It was all about me. You put in the art supports, and your day becomes better, and the sun shines, the unicorns run by, and, it's a good life. I'm Randy, and that's my good feed story. See for yourself. Free personalized art support fitting at the good feed store.
The history of winning started with the 65 days losing steam, losing sweat. The solution? A drink that hydrates better than water. Change physique forever.
Actually, we call our stuff Gatorade.
Sarah Benzino. Brandon Foley. Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
What did she call her?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC.
We actually sold the twins' naming rights.
Mixed stadiums did. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze 10 Inspire.
You too? I'm your man. We do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Horse reps. The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think. We were torn apart at birth. That's dramatic. This is the story of the best part of the sandwich and his crossing. How's it feel to be so irresistible? You're irresistible. That's it. Irresistible. Unpressibles are the best part of the sandwich.
Friday fireworks presented by SeatGeek return to Canada Yards this Friday night. The Orioles face off against Atlanta Marlins at 7:05, followed by a spectacular post-game fireworks show. Get your tickets down at Orioles.com/tickets. 4-run, 6th inning for the Orioles. No, big league debut, Alex Carrillo for the Mets.
Yeah, making his 20th appearance, they were all in the minor leagues, of course, all out of the bullpen. Those Stars have a really good whip. 40 strikeouts, only 8 walks, so typically is a strike thrower.
Cedric Mullins tries to steal a base against him, and they lower it up against Tom. Congratulations, Alex Carrillo. You just got your first out in the big leagues on a caught-stealing pickoff at third. Tough way to end what was a great inning. The Orioles get 4 and lead by 3.
Time for the 7th. All we gotta do is just hold the Mets down. Like,
Curiosity, not the way.
At T. Rowe Price, we're asking smart questions about opportunities like
As long as we don't have another meltdown inning,
to support AI.
we will be fine.
Better questions, better outcomes. T. Rowe Price.
Outback Steakhouse is a three-course meal called the Aussie Aussie Aussie. With simple salad, two choices select entrees, and cheesecake for dessert. Three courses starting at $14.99 at Outback for a limited time.
Lounge, our members always want more. Less. That's why our free rewards program gets members more.
Like member deals, points on eligible purchases, free shipping, and more.
Members get more with Lowe's.
It's 4:49 a.m. Let's go. First is Celsius. No sugar, all the good stuff. 12 miles. 6 comes easy, the next 6 punished. Quick change, back to work. I've got a goal to hit and a debt to conquer. Work late, but still make it to meet the girls out. Hey, it's cardio.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by Authority. The Orioles that may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Baltimore Orioles. Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano delivered 2-run hits in a 4-run 7th. Jackson Holiday, Jordan Westberg, and Gunnar Henderson all reached before them and scored. Orioles 5, Mets 2 to open this 6-game homestand, and it's Sir Anthony Dominguez looking for a clean 7.
Yeah, Dominguez making his 37th appearance, a very good ERA, forcing just 194 off the big right-hander. Dominguez, fastball's going to average 98. Sweeper, the new pitch, that split finger fastball, has been a real weapon for him. Occasional curveball.
There's Jeff McNeil, Luis Torrens, and Michael Riccio. There's a splitter. I don't know how he did.
Dominguez picked up his second save of the season on Sunday.
Gave up a run on a Sean Murphy homer that I thought was the only single, but recorded the next 2 outs in order and 2-1 win in Atlanta. So 1 here. Gregory Soto, 2/3 of an inning. Faced 3 batters, but threw 4 pitches, 2 strikes with an intentional walk in there where he didn't throw a pitch. Stranded a pair of runners. Brandon Young's line was 5 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned, no walks, 6 Ks. He was great. Just great.
So that's out number 1.
He was over 3, and Dominguez has the leadoff out. Most pitchers have retired the leadoff man 6 of 7 times.
98 hit on your hands. That is tough to navigate right there. That's what makes Dominguez so special. It makes his split finger fastball good too. You got to gear up and go get 98. He'll push 100 every now and then.
Mr. Rex, who's caught a couple runners stealing tonight.
Good. Like a wiffle ball. Well, if you throw that 3 times, do it.
Well, it's set up now, Ben, for the Orioles. You have Brian Baker on 2 days rest, Felix Bautista on 2 days rest. So the O's had the bullpen right where they wanted with a 3-run lead. Brian Baker is starting to shuffle around out there.
And 8 outs to collect to win it.
I mean, the state of the team right now, you mentioned it, they're 9 games over since falling to a season high, 18 games under, 24-15 since May 24th. They're 40-49. The Orioles need to do this homestand, probably 4-2, 5-1.
So we have a winning record since May. That's really good.
It's got to be a winning homestand because time is running out here toward the deadline, about 23 days away, where you really have to make a decision on how you're going to go forward for this season.
Well, the Orioles, you mentioned the last 39 games play into a .615 winning percentage. And if they do that for the rest of the year, it's going to put them right in that area, maybe a game out of what the projection is for the final wild card spot. So you're probably looking at Orioles in a .620 winning percentage the rest of the year. Is it doable? It absolutely is doable. The tough thing is, man, the Orioles come in 7.5 games back to the final wild card spot. You got to jump over 7 teams to get there, and that's the difficult thing.
Yeah, I
A
know.
lot of pitchers you saw in that spot have either not been able to help on the mound all year, or at some point during the year,
Oh,
3-2 is inside to make it walks correct. So that's out of a 1-out baseball. So obviously they've dug themselves a hole. Everybody knows that. They've played better under their manager, Tony Mansolino. Tony's hope is just get around 500 by the All-Star. If they could go 5-1 on the homestand, they'd be 45 and 50. Strike one, blown by Mauricio. It's still a tall task, obviously, but the Orioles are run out of these critical weeks before they have to proceed as either buyers or sellers or something in between. And they've got a chance here.
The players know it. I mean, there's a sense of urgency. There's no doubt about that. I mean, every game, and I mean every game, is so important. And for Tony Mansolino, you almost have to manage it like it's the playoffs. I mean, you just got to go. Whatever it takes to win. Worry about tomorrow.
yes.
Chases on splitter. Strike 3, 2 down.
That's the old difference maker this year for Sir Anthony Dominguez right there. When you had 98 in his back pocket and a really good sweeping slider, but this is kind of been the difference maker this year. As long as you're hitting 111 off that pitch right there, that split finger fastball, there's a really good look at it. Splits those fingers, a middle finger, and throws it just like a fastball, and that thing just bottoms out. Pretty good block at home plate by Jacob Stallings, just to keep that ball around home plate.
The newest Oriole, Stallings, in his 5th game, has provided a great target. Always well regarded by the plate. Catches a splitter right at the knees to Brett Beatty, 0-1. Jacob Stallings has been in a nonstop crash course since getting up to the big league club last week. Injured Chadrick Trump.
Nice flip. You know, Dominguez had this pitch in spring training. But early in the year, I mean, he walked a lot of guys that really didn't get himself to some chemistry to be able to use that splitter. It is a career high. Walk percentage for Dominguez, 5.1 walks per 9 innings, which is a career high. But most of that was early. He's been a lot better lately.
Another splitter blocked by Stallings. And it's a pitch he kept in his back pocket most of the first couple of months, too.
Yeah, I just felt like he never really got the situation where he could use it. You know, he was always fighting and working uphill because he was throwing a lot of ball ones and balls two, so he really couldn't get to that pitch a lot. But as of late, he's been getting hit a little bit more. The confidence in that pitch is starting to grow.
3 straight splitters to Beatty.
Yes. There we go.
Sometimes it's just not fair if you sit in the batter's box. Watch this thing disappear right here, folks. Sir Anthony Dominguez. Back-to-back strikeouts. Orioles off the field, up 3.
This melty white American cheese is the luckiest cheese alive. It gets to smother a quarter pound of rich steak to create Arby's cheesesteak. Sorry, other cheese. Arby's, we have the meat.
Hagerstown Baseball is back. For its second full season. Join the Hagerstown Flying Boxcars at Meredith Park. Take in great game action with views of every play. Sample the arts and culture of this historic city. Experience the adventure and family fun. Plan your getaway today at the East Coast's newest and most innovative ballpark. You're welcome in Hagerstown, Maryland. Visit Hagerstown.com.
Hack your summer with wonder at Busch Gardens. Become the beast on the all-new Big Bad Wolf from Busch Revenge. Enjoy high-energy shows, concerts, and fireworks. Summer at Busch Gardens. Save up to 60% on tickets, fun cards, and memberships during our summer sale. Hurry, offer ends soon.
for $6.99 per month. Hey, us fans, on Thursday.
Tell you what, this is not a guy who's your average undrafted free agent out of an NAIA school, Faulkner University. Last summer was playing independent ball for the Washington Wild Things. Was in the Mexican League, was in Venezuela, signed a minor league deal with the Mets this past November. And at AAA Syracuse, he was throwing 100. Hadn't allowed a hit there in 4 games.
There we go. Oh, he caught him.
Looked like a hit for all the world, but not for Jeff McNeil's eyes. Stallings will linger at first just in case that ball was trapped. Then it was not.
That was one heck of a play by McNeil right there. Get this ball. It's driving right off the grass. That is a tough play. Well done by Jeff McNeil.
So Alex Verdugo's first 2 outs in the big leagues picked off at a 104-mile-an-hour rocket. Long one to Jackson Holiday.
Jackson Holiday gets a hold of 98 right here. It can go for a while.
Oh, that's gone. That's gone. Gone. Woo! Heck yeah. Jackson Holiday, home run. Way to go, Holiday. Woo! The Go-Os.
First big league run allowed by Alex Carrillo from the former 1-1 Jackson Holiday, who will place the pirate hat back on the ledge as a giant cloud of smoke descends from the fireworks and westward swings through the haze.
Let it travel, kid. Let it get deep and throw your hands at it. Boy, he does it too. He knew it when he touched it. He had home run number 12.
Feels like we should start to put a target man out there in the bullpen when Jackson Holiday comes up. He hit the ball through the area that smoke just cleared.
Love where he's at right now, KB. I mean, just let it travel, let it get deep. Trust in his hands.
He's had one of the more opposite field oriented approaches in baseball, and that's really served him well. That's been one of the keys to Jackson Holliday's great second year. He's not afraid to let the ball travel and attack the other field viciously.
So he put up 10 or 12 pounds in the offseason. He's a little bit stronger. A little bit older at 21 years old.
Well, that baseball will go to play. There's the first strikeout of Alex Carrillo's big league career.
Well, watch this right here. Get that foot down, and I mean open up and throw your hand in one right there. That is about as pretty as it gets right there, Bergman.
I thought Ben caught it. He just races apart. It's like it's good. Get it. I give Ben so much credit. Ben Carter deserves plenty of credit, along with Yogi Polanco, the Orioles' wonderful bullpen catchers. And he gave it a good effort. It's a home run either way. Henderson at first, that will end the inning. The Orioles have scored 5 straight after the Mets took the lead. Jackson Holliday with an RBI single in the third and a solo home run in the 7th. Skip might be pretty good.
Love was nearly lost until Pizza Hut showed up.
Better.
Hi, Peter. Starting at $12.99, Pizza Hut is hooking everyone up with more of what they love. Choose from 4 large.
It's looking like we're going to win this one, folks.
Starting at $12.99 each quarter million. Doors bring us together. A dedicated Fidelity advisor.
Just got to hang on to these final couple of innings and got the dub.
Protect your wealth for generations. Doors were meant to be opened.
Strike on the bucket. That is a goal glove play. This ball is not coming back. Swing. Crosses it. That was a boom shot. That's 4 ball for Orioles baseball.
Child abuse is not a bad parent problem.
And the causes may be different than you think. You see, pay family leave.
That prevents child abuse and high-quality, affordable child care. Prevents child abuse, too.
Prevent Child Abuse America promotes programs and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis
We prevent child abuse.
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to find a local chapter in your state.
Orioles baseball on the Mets is brought to you by the Lawn Tigers. Injured in the motorcycle accident, call 1-800-LAWN-TIGERS. And by Care First. Care First. It's not just our name, it's our promise. Jackson Holliday 1 behind Cedric Mullins for the Oriole home run lead. 3 behind the Oriole RBI lead. 12-38. The 21-year-old and now low eighth inning big show with the Orioles up 6-2.
Now for a little shake and bake. Ryan Baker making his 42nd appearance of the year. ERA outstanding. On his batting average, .210 off the big right-hander. Baker.
Should be good theater. Baker against Nemo, Lindor, and Soto.
Baker's fastball this year averaging 97 miles an hour. The slider's been good, and that new grip on that changeup that he got a couple of weeks before spring training has been a huge pitch for him. Once hitting just 154 off that new changeup.
There it is. On the strike. Close it up for David Arrieta's on tonight. Put a little wider around the corners. 1-2 for Nemo. Strikeout, fly out. And his RBI double in the 6th for the Mets up 2-1. Remember, it was runner at second. Nobody out for Lindor, Soto, and Alonso. Brandon Young got a huge out. He got Lindor to fly to left. Rico Garcia warms up. Gregory Soto faced Juan Soto. Juan hit a hard line drive to right. Laureano tracked down. And then a touch along with Alonso for Mark Vientos, pinch hitter, grounded out. Mets had a real chance to get another run. They didn't. And the Orioles have all 5 since. Two for Nemo. 47. Last 28 games, lefties are 8 for 53 against Ryan Baker. That's 151 on the year. They're just 191, 13 for 68. Changeup's been a great equalizer. And there it is. It is fouled away.
Yeah, Brian Baker, a totally different pitcher than years past because of that changeup. And look, it wasn't like the changeup was bad all the time the last 2 years. There were times it was pretty good, but it just wasn't consistent. And that new grip has made it consistent. Looks just like the fastball come out of the hand.
That fastball was pumped the other way for a leadoff base hit and a 2-hit night for Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo has been on fire for the Mets. Matter of fact, his last 38 games come in hitting 308, 10 homers, and 25 RBIs, and a 2-hit night for him. That was 107 off the bat.
I think it's fair to say, despite playing in New York, Brandon Nimmo's one of the more underrated players in baseball.
Yeah.
His last 4.5 years, Baseball Reference says he's worth 17 wins, 17 WAR players, career 808 OPS, never made an All-Star team. Despite 24 and 23 homers the last 2 years,
I think Nimmo has been really good for a while.
He's just kept swimming. Lindor, high fly to center field. This could get interesting. Francisco Lindor.
Are you? A 2-run homer.
25-foot blast, and the Mets are within 6-4. Number 18 for the National League's All-Star starter to be in shortstop.
He got that 2-1-08 off the bat, 425 feet in width.
If we want to win the game, if we want to win games, we can't afford pitches like that.
Trying to get this ball to the outside part of the plate that never really got there. Pretty much middle at 97. Ball is bouncing tonight here at Camden Yards.
Like literally, ever since the start of the 6th inning, it has been kind of like a different game. Like.
Just got real interesting all of a sudden. You mentioned how quickly it can change. Again, this is a Mets offense. In the month of July, they have been rolling right at 6 runs per game.
We can just.
Lindor goes deep. It is a good omen for the Mets. Until June 22nd, Sunday Night Baseball in Philly, the Mets have won 28 straight games. When Lindor homered, the second longest streak in Major League history.
But careful here.
Soto making sure he didn't hit the umpire, David Arrieta, on that bad swing.
He hit everything except the baseball on that swing. Goodness. About that pitch, 2-0 changeup. It was elevated. Soto not looking 2-0 changeup.
Soto's trying to break a warehouse window. Here's the 2-1. Gets it in the right field for a base hit.
Here we go. We're having a meltdown.
Here are the 8. 3 straight hits for the top 3 hitters in the New York lineup.
Andrew Fitz, Oriole pitching coach, coming out of the dugout. There's Andrew Kittredge beginning to play catch that Oriole bullpen.
We might need to bring out Felix Bautista for this one.
We get Kittredge a little bit of time to get some warm-up tosses in. That wasn't a bad pitch right there. It was just elevated. It was in on the hands of Soto, but elevated enough we can get some air underneath and just kind of dumps it out in right center field. Soto with a 2-for-4 day for Soto.
Just the 3rd time Brian Baker's allowed multiple earned runs. 4th time, should say, multiple earned runs, multiple runs total in a game this year. Last was June 22nd when he gave up 3 runs, 2 earned. Turned a 2-1 lead into a 4-2 deficit against the New York Yankees. Now Baker has to deal with one of the game's best power hitters, Pete Alonso, as Reed Garrett joins Rico Garcia. First time Baker has faced Alonso. Strikeout, double play, intentional walk. And he loads up for a ground ball foul. That pitch gave Pete Alonso a lot of problems last year, the slider, but he has been so good against sliders this year. Part of the reason for his turnaround Monday with runners on base. There are not many hitters you want to face less than Pete. Hung in there on breaking balls, pretty good against off-speed pitches, and he's destroyed fastballs. And he destroys this one.
Are you kidding me? Get our pitcher off the mound. We are choking the game right now. We are choking away the game right now. What happened to the pitching? The pitching has been so good in the first half, but the second half, especially in later innings, we are pooping the bed.
Last year, Alonso hit 144 against sliders. He's crushing it this year. He crushes that one.
Yeah, get him out.
Type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily, Jardians, at each day start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and no heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects include increased ketones in blood or urine, which can be fatal. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, trouble breathing, or increased ketones. Jardians may cause dehydration that can suddenly worsen kidney function and make you feel dizzy, lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Genital yeast infections in men and women, urinary tract infections, low blood sugar, or a rare life-threatening bacterial infection between and around the anus and genitals can occur. Call your doctor right away if you have fever or feel weak or tired, and pain, tenderness, swelling, or redness in the genital area. Don't use if allergic to Jardians. Stop use if you have a serious allergic reaction. Call your doctor if you have rash, swelling, difficulty.
You're gonna have to rely on their offense nowadays.
Call your doctor right away if you have new pain or tenderness, sores, ulcers, or infection in your legs or feet.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
Life is full of questions. How do I clear my release days? It's time. Do I need to retrieve guacamole? No, it's time.
Why do we even buy that?
You crack some eyebrows.
Sometimes, for all of life's laundry questions, it's got to be time.
Six isn't going to do it tonight. 5 straight for the O's, followed by 4 straight for the Mets. 2-run homers from Lindor and Alonso after singles from Nimmo and Soto. 6-6 game. Here's Andrew Kittredge with nobody out in the 8th to face Mark Vientos and first.
Still with nobody out, man. I'm telling y'all, we are having a big meltdown in the 8th. We choked away a 4-point lead.
Mark Vientos, who pitched it for Jesse Winker in the 6th, stands in. Strike one from Kittredge. So Brian Baker, in his 174th big league game, allowed 4 runs for the first time ever. And Baker allowed 2 home runs in the same game for just the second time. May 4th this year. Gave up a couple of solo home runs against Kansas City. Nimmo singled, Lindor homered, Soto singled, Alonso homered, and here we are. As Vientos takes a good slider, strike 2.
That's the bread and butter for Andrew Kittredge right there, that good slider. Fastball to 40 though. He'll push it up 95, 96. Good 4-seam fastball. He'll sink it down and in for righties, down and away from the lefties.
2-2. Slider. A 1-0 game through 5. Absolute chaos since 2-2 from Kittredge. A cue shot that will stay foul. Vientos, McNeil, and Luis Torrens. The Oriole will Bird, L'Oreal, and Cowser. Homer, and then make sure to give Pete Alonso some advice with his hand over his mouth.
And you wonder if Lindor saw something.
Maybe picked up something in delivery.
Yeah. And normally you see a hitter go back out there and they say something like that. That means they saw something. They picked up something. I'm not saying Andrew was tipping his pitches, but that's normally what that conversation is about.
Well, everything besides the Soto single, which was softly placed, was hit hard against Ryan Baker. Vientos to right field.
Come on, get it.
Has room out there.
Finally, we got our first out of the inning.
Francisco Lindor is such an intelligent player, and it wouldn't surprise you, certainly wouldn't surprise us, if he did pick up something there. Pete Alonso is a hitter who we've certainly seen this year is very receptive to advice, to information. McNeil, ground ball to third. Here's Westberg.
There we go.
Yeah, it couldn't have been anything about the scout report because they know the scout report on Ryan Baker. They know what he does. So it had to be something about Ryan Baker potentially tipping off some pitches.
Pete Alonso, boys, he had some big home runs. The one against Devin Williams last year, the wild card series. Game-winning home run in Game 3 of the 9th inning. That wild card series, the Mets went to the NLCS.
Remember his rookie season? Alonso's back in 19. What, he had 51 homers? And he stepped on the scene and started punishing baseballs. Second or third round pick out of the University of Florida.
53 even that year, and then full seasons after that, 37, 40, 46, 34, and now 21. Reeve Garrett's going to have to been
but it was second round pick out of Florida.
Got him.
Clean up job by Kittredge, who retires 3 in a row. And that's tie it. Middle of the Orioles order will try to take the lead back.
You're sick, on vacation. Good thing Amazon Pharmacy will deliver meds right to the hotel, because your wife's not going out there alone with them.
This is a meal, a steak and focaccia feeling, a fresh mott's moment, a basically savory salad. Your ticket to Italian yum. Try the new Italian summer menu. It just feels good at Panera.
Hey, Marty, I got us what's known as a luxury box. These babies don't come cheap. Yeah, sure. Who needs to see the game? What sport is this? Oh, hot dogs. What are your specials? Hot dogs. Oh, 2 please. For you. 2 buy for us. I'd love to, because I earn unlimited 2% cash rewards with my Wells Fargo Active Cash Card. Oh, Marty, we're on the celebrity cam.
The Active Cash credit card from Wells Fargo. Terms apply.
For 2025, Toyota is the best resale value brand for the 5th year in a row. With 3 of the top 5 vehicles, including Tacoma, ranked #1. Proving that Toyota quality means affordability today and trade-in values you can trust tomorrow. Right now, lease a Tacoma for just $259 a month, or buy one with 3.75% APR financing. Toyota, let's go places.
Camden Yards, the Orioles trail
But this has been a fun game to watch, though.
on two-run home runs from Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso in the eighth. They started Reed Garrett trying to keep it tight.
Third reliever of the ninth for that, Reed Garrett. Good fastball. Fastball with an average 97. It's heavy on the cutter for him. It's supposed to use pitch about 31% of the time. Got a splitter as well, a little sweeping slider.
Garrett is the fourth Mets pitcher tonight. Facing Ryan O'Hara, who takes a low splitter. Alex Carrillo, big league debut, hitting the 30, hit an earned run and a strikeout. And now Garrett against O'Hara, Laureano, and Kowser. 4-5-6 for the O's in a 6-6 tie. That's how we saw O'Hara in his two-run double gave the Orioles the lead to sixth. Laureano following his two-run
Never spoke to you.
was all good until it wasn't. And now the Orioles have their closer, Felix Bautista, up here in the eighth. Back to our sweeper, 2-2. Greg Garrett can really move the ball from side to side. It's really Manzolino's hoping his team can crack him because if not, the Mets have a great close to the back end with Diaz when they.
Yeah, Diaz is an all-star. Yeah, Reed Garrett can spin those breaking balls, and his spin rates are well above average. He's a little velocity on the fastball is high at 98. It's been pretty good for the fastball has.
They're into Pro O'Hara, an all-star starter. Right.
There we go. Come on, bro.
The first fastball of the at-bat, everything was moving left and right and up and down. Then finally, Garrett uncorked the pitch about as hard as he could throw it, and O'Hara took it low. No hand run is on with nobody out. And Ryan O'Hara says hello to Pete Alonso, a couple of all-stars and had big nights. Laureano now. Takes one wide. If there's a bugaboo on the line for Reed Garrett, that's the ball. 34 and 2/3 innings. He walks about 13% of batters he faces near the bottom of the league.
That ball started almost as hard as the player entered third. Look where it ended up, right in on the hands.
Reed Garrett was a blink and you'll miss him Oriole for 2 games in 2023. Gave up 7 hits on a walk, 3 earned runs, and 2 2/3.
Can't do anything with that pitch. Not at that velocity at that location.
Up to the Mets that year wasn't much better. 9 games at a 5.82 ERA, but he figured it out in the last couple of years. Laureano fights off a splitter. First change for Reed Garrett. He's really tweaked the pitch mix a little bit. A little more with a cutter, more with a splitter. He's ditched a curveball. His velocity's gone up a little bit too. Garrett is on 3 days rest as well. He had not pitched the last 2 games in the Yankees series, so he is a fresh arm here in a 6-6 tie. 2-2. Fouled away. Good fight here by Ramon.
Orioles that had some really good at bats. So far tonight. Good strike hits mix in there. That almost have to be the approach to defensive guy like Reed Garrett because he throws a lot of off-speed pitches. Sit back and you can't let him try. Especially with 2 strikes when you're not sure what you're going to get.
Well, he get the Reed Garrett 4 days ago. Good luck. 2 scoreless innings against the Yankees. Did you get the one 2 days before that? 2/3 of the inning, 4 earned runs against Milwaukee in meltdown towards his 7th pitch to Laureano. Ground to shortstop.
Gonna be double play. I was gonna say,
So the Orioles have a runner at first and one out of the 6-4 fielder's choice.
Francisco Lindor plays first baseman. Fundamentally sound. He is. He got in front of that ball quick to a knee. Really quick feet over the second baseman, Beatty.
And if you go by sprint speed, the Orioles just had a tiny upgrade at first base. L'Oreal over on Burner. Here's Kaiser with 1 on 1 out. First pitch swinging, got a fastball, but really well positioned by Garrett. Bolt has power, we know that. 26 hits this year now. 15 for extra bases, including 8 home runs. And 0-1 from Garrett. 2. That's playing both Kaiser slightly to ball all the way, though he pulls the vast majority of his ground balls. And remember, 3 of his last 5 home runs have come on 0-2 pitches.
Infield waiting to pull the outfield shade in the elbow. You can see the center fielder McNeil. He's shaded slightly toward the left center field. One of those ones, if it's on the ground, it's probably going to be pulled. If it's in the air, probably going to be to the backside of the field.
It's well blocked by Tourette's. He's not a great blocker, Tourette's, but we've seen amazing arms tonight. He's caught Westbrook stealing. He's picked off from L'Oreal. He's an excellent frame.
How about the pop time?
Could be a gold glove winner.
The average big league catcher still gets it down to second base. Just under 2 right here. 2 maybe a shade better than that. I think what was he, 185, one up now? 189? That's big time there. And it's accurate too. It's not just a quick pop time. It is on the money.
Johnny for Garrett's 2-2.
there we go.
It is hard to stay eager by Gold Cow, I will tell you. He is on time. Watch this. I mean, that's what you call putting a barrel on the ball right there. You strike out is a nice short stroke ball. Orioles 4 for 6 tonight. Runners in score position. And T.O. with
Okay, this is where we need to execute here if we want to get back to lead.
First and second and 1 out. Go ahead run in scoring position. And O'Neill with a ground ball at third. Mauricio.
Oh my!
The phone's working for Robinson Torino's, and the Orioles might as well challenge here because you're in the 8th inning. It's routine for new time anyway.
Well, I'm going to play watch Mauricio here again. Former shortstop gets around this ball.
Yep, that's one.
Alonso somehow, I don't know now.
That might be close.
I don't think the phone was working as Torino's was tapping to the phone.
I mean, the spike was on, and then it came off, and then it got back on for Alonso.
The outball at third base. Again, once you get past the 7th inning, doesn't matter if you have a challenge or not. You can ask for crew chief review. Alonso chatting up with Club Britain. We'll see if this game goes to the 9th inning and a 6-6 tie off a double play. Mauricio's had a couple of big plays tonight.
opportunity.
Thank you. That's actually my son's spice of your son. Look, it's an honor to be chosen. Well, if it's an honor. Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good one. Don't Marshall want us to dad.
Nothing outshines a good moon.
It's here, fans. Now you can live stream Orioles baseball in market all season long on Massive Plus. Don't miss it. Scan the QR code or go to MassiveSports.com to subscribe today. Marlins. The series starts July 11th at 6:30 on Massive.
Child abuse is not a bad parent problem.
And the causes may be different than you think. You see, hey, family leave.
That prevents child abuse and high quality, affordable child care. Prevents child abuse too.
Prevent child abuse in America promotes programs and resources informed by science that help communities, parents, and kids thrive.
Because when we keep families out of crisis
We prevent child abuse.
from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org to find a local chapter in your state.
Stream every on-market game.
Here comes Felix Bautista.
Stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout. None of the restrictions apply. Speaking of blackouts, the Light Show where Felix Bautista's interest accompanies the Orioles closer who cannot save it tonight. He can win it. The Orioles win it in the bottom of the ninth. He enters a 6-6 tie.
Yeah, making his 33rd appearance of the year, 17 saves on the year, 17 out of 18, a very good ERA. Only batting average only 138 off the big right-hander, Bautista.
Andrew Kittredge, 1 strikeout, 11 pitches, 9 strikes after Brian Baker faced 4 batters, allowed 4 runs, 2 homers in 8 innings. As the Mets turned a 6-2 deficit into a 6-6 tie. That's where we stand.
Oh, that was close to a hit by pitch. That could have been disastrous.
Yeah, a little bit of the screen too, didn't he? Right, says. I don't blame him at 97.
Just twisted out of the way. Mauricio's going to home run tonight.
I think you can shoot your flank.
Not the flank again. 2-0 for Felix. It is Mauricio. Maybe. 8-9 on it. Everybody reaches. Francisco to Corbacall. Don't get a lot of hits against us. He's 15 for 109, 138, second best in the majors. And with 100 batters faced, but he'll walk you. That's a strikeout.
And he was pretty good at 22. 7 saves, just 1 earned run since the start of June. That's good for 13 innings of work.
Ronnie Mauricio just got hit with an automatic strike 2. He took so long to get back in the box after heading toward first on a pitch that was a belt-high strike. So an automatic strike called by David Arrieta, and it's 3-2. 8 calls for time. And he got it right at the end.
Just because they got a call for time doesn't mean you have to credit. When a pitcher begins his motion, no way you should call timeout. No way. You're just asking for it.
So Felix has to lock back in for 3-2. Mauricio uses his timeout.
Yes! All right, it's on the way.
About 90 days. Mauricio.
An unusual 5-pitch strikeout on 3-2. Here's Beatty. First pitch splitter. Big night for Beatty with the first hit of the game against Brandon Young in the third, and doubled the score to 2-run sixth. That's 9 hits. Orioles have 9 hits. That's enough made Aaron back here in the O's. That's a 1-4 Orioles. Have 1-4. Identical on the line score. Orioles use their closer, and the Mets may use their closer. Edwin Diaz, the All-Star, taking a drink in the New York bullpen. 2-0 to Beatty. Yeah, it's a fastball low. It's 3-0 for second straight back. Ready to know the on-deck talent. Quick walk here, wrong one. The Mets have a big struggle against Bautista. Did this on his first 2 warm-up pitches. 1 to the backstop, and 2 also to the backstop off glove stalks.
And look, he's just trying to get loose.
Well, the Mets will pitch run at first. Beatty comes down. And Tyrone Taylor, who was just about guaranteed to try to steal against Bautista, will run. The only question is, when will he run? Felix against Brandon Nemo. They're going well late to first. Taylor, the Mets better base runners, 9 for 10. Mets are the best team by stolen base percentage, 87%, 69 for 70.
That's 11th best in baseball. You got a very kind of chance here.
A big nice Nemo 2-4, RBI double, runs scored. Taylor's getting enormous lead. He's going. And Stalling trying to run. Spikes it into the ground. So Taylor's 10 for 11. That's the 8th steal and 9 tries against Felix this year. And now you can't just leave Taylor at second without paying attention. We've seen teams do this against the Orioles. We saw the Rangers do it against Felix Bautista last week.
Yeah. Well, Felix is such a big guy, and it takes him a while to uncoil. You're right. You better keep an eye on Taylor out second base.
Way high and now 2-1. 8 days to go against Texas. Ezekiel Duran still second, third, and same at that. Felix stranded in the third with 1 out, got out of that inning. Go ahead, run at second, 2-1 for Nemo. Splitter foul away, 2-2.
The Mets tonight 1 for 4 runners in scoring position.
It's a double for Brandon Nemo. 2-2.
Yes.
2 strikeouts in the night for Felix, 11 for Orioles pitching, and there are 2 away.
The old equalizer right there. Well, watching this ball starts where it ends up just perfectly placed. Starts at looks just like a fastball. It'll be right at the bottom of the knees. Instead, it's a split breaker fastball. Big second out. He's trying to get 1 more here to go ahead and run out of second base.
Francisco Lindor, 2 down. 99 turns away. His last at bat changed the whole complexion of this game. Down 6-2 in the 8th. Lindor's home run. Cut the lead in half against Brian Baker. Set the stage for Juan Soto's single and Pete Alonso's home run.
if we lose the game, I would I would put on. I don't want to. I was gonna say Brian Baker's meltdown. I think Brian Baker's meltdown, if we lose, is what's gonna cost. If we lose this game, I think it'll be on Brian Baker's meltdown in the eighth. Go O's.
Splitter down on a swing. One strike away from the bottom of the ninth in a tie game. One hit away from the Mets lead, likely. A 1-2.
Let's go. All right. If we just execute on offense on this drive and get a run, we'll win this game. Yeah. We're about to ready to have a walk-off, boys.
J.D. Power has ranked Nissan number 1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands. And to celebrate, you can now get in one of these award-winning SUVs with 0% APR for 60 months. The all-new turbocharged Nissan Murano, rugged Nissan Pathfinder, and the best-selling Nissan Rogue. Visit Nissan today and drive away in an award-winning SUV.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2025 Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, or Murano.
If your grandpa wears one of these, or if your wife wears this, you can count on USAA. Membership for the spouses, kids, and then grandkids of those who serve. Count on us. Count on USAA.
We can't guarantee it's going to be successful today, but definitely has fans. 405 games.
All right, this is it. If we just score a run here, it's over. We gotta execute. We have got to execute.
46 minutes. Start was worth it in terms of excitement. We'll see if the Orioles can end it right here and right now. Against one of the best relievers in baseball.
1.80 ERA. Wow. This is going to be tough.
Fastball, slider, and occasional changeup, but it's pretty much all fastball and slider. Fastball average is 97. You factor in that extension at 7 feet 2 inches of extension for a ball plate. They get 97 plate, closer to 100.
1-1 to center. Collins, who just saw the defensive changes. Jeff McGinn goes from center field out to second. That's Tyrod Taylor, who pitched for after Brady, is into the game in center. 1-1 from Diaz. Up and away, 2-1 to our Monks. It's Cedric at Jacob Stallings' spot. Looks like pitch hitter, though. Jackson Holiday will follow that. Marias is the first slider. It's a dandy. 2-2.
I mean, this guy is nasty. You know about Diaz.
almost a year ago today, trying to walk it off in a game that was started by Clay Holmes. And Cedric takes well inside around the count.
He has 35 innings pitched, 12 walks, 53 strikeouts in 35 innings.
3-2. Mullins agonizing over his decision there, but so many batters in the last few years in Major League Baseball have had that kind of expression. After Diaz,
91 miles an hour. Again, you got to hear him go get 98 to 100. It is a tough at bat.
Maria's stats for Jacob Stallings. Disgusting quickly. Diaz, nearly 40% of the swings against him are misses. And here's Ramon off the bench to take 98 down and away. Stallings finishes the game over 3. Jacob Stallings did have one at bat against Edwin Diaz in a grand slam. That was 4 years ago. And Reyes obviously much likelier to get on base on the whole as he faces Diaz for the first time and hits ahead 2-0.
Some of the situations that Reyes here, he can sit on that fastball and try to go get it. With throwing that slider, he might miss by a foot, but that's okay.
Fastball down the line to third. Mauricio. Target.
Mm-mm-mm. We got Holiday.
Superstars in the making. Jackson Holiday, fresh off a home run in the 7th, the last pitch he saw.
You gotta be kidding me. We're going to the 10th.
This game is going to extras. The Orioles' first walk-off win of the year will have to wait.
Wait, is it the first walk-off? Is it probably going to be our first walk-off of the year? Wow, okay. This was a very close game, man. It really is. Like, if you're not a fan, when it comes to sports, when it comes to sports, if you're not a fan of teams like that are like in close games, if you're just a fan just watching the teams like in close game, it's fun and interesting. But when it comes to your favorite team in a close game like this, it is anxious and definitely worrisome. It can lead you to negative thoughts. Like, for example, like while I'm going through, like, what I said, Brian Baker's 8th inning meltdown. If we don't win, I think that's why we lost. So, yeah. For frick's sakes, I'm a Bills fan. So, and I can't wait for football to be back, guys. Only 2 months left until we play the Ravens. Yeah, we do play the Ravens week 1. So, yeah. Go Bills all the way.
Save up to 60% on tickets, fun cards, and memberships during your summer sale. Hurry, offering soon.
What a strange night. It featured an immaculate inning for Brandon York.
Yeah, like at the start of the game, pitching was phenomenal, and then the second half of the game, pitching was just inconsistent.
First 4 reached against Brian Baker with home runs from Francisco Lindor and Pete Alonso to tie the game. So the Orioles are on to their 6th relief run of 8. Felix Bautista walked 3 strikeouts, 19 pitches, 9 strikes in the night. And now you know on to face Soto Alonso and Vientos in the 10th.
Yeah, since his return, 3 innings of work for Ghost. He got called back up 1 save, 1 home, a couple strikeouts. 3 been good since his return, but he has got to face the heart. This bet's hard.
Just like that, the match take to the 7-6 New York as Juan Soto has his 30
Oh my gosh. We might legit choke this game away.
I was going to ask him if you could think about walking him to lead off the inning, but he didn't really let me answer the question. Since he struck out against Brandon Young in the first, Monsoto turned back into Monsoto. And Alcano gets a couple of righties on, so in the end.
Oh, I forgot to change the score.
If you give him one for the top of the 10th, both teams start with runner second. Not the end of the world. Breaking ball strike to be 1-1.
Just got to keep an eye on Soto at first base. He likes to kind of get that walking lead and starts inching his way towards second base. If he can time it up just right, he will take an extra 90 of it. He's got 10 stolen bases on the year, too.
So Alonso, strikeout, double play, intentional walk, home run. So this line has run the gamut. Oscar Brazovan may have them in 10th. 3-1 out of Alonso. By the way, it's a new catcher, Alex Jackson, after Arias pitcher Stallings. He becomes the 6th Oriole catcher of the season, tying a franchise record.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It looked like he had third besides, maybe until he realized Baltimore Orioles was the right fielder, but Soto and Alonso started the inning with a couple of hits.
Well, Pete Alonso's got power, we know that, but he's also got back.
You are not going to win games if we allow up to 7 runs.
And you're right, I thought Soto was going first and third here. A hard turnaround second base.
The Mets will pinch hit Travis Jankowski. He bats for Vientos, and what was originally Jesse Winker's spot. So the Mets have pinch hit twice here in the 5th. Jankowski is in his 4th Mets game, and he is about to get his first Mets plate appearance.
You would think he'd be fun here. We'll see. Orioles think he is. Both corners, both O'Hearn and Westies in.
He's got 12 career. He takes a strike. Last sack on 2023 with Texas.
Luckily, number 2 here. O'Hearn's responsible for the first base line over towards the pitcher's mound. Cano's got third base line. And George Westburn over at third is on the read. That read means it's going to be hard for him. He's got to go get it to make it.
It's Cano.
There we go. We got out.
As he moves Soto to third, Alonso to second, with only 1 out.
All right, Orioles will bring the infield here. They'll bring him in. Cano's right. He's a great ground ball.
That McNeil will be intentionally walked before any of that. That'll send 4 forces.
I don't really agree with intentionally walking him. I don't understand it. I mean, maybe there's other reasons, but we're simply on pace to choking the game away. Like, with the way things are going, bases are loaded with only 1 out. We have to have a miracle bottom of the 10th.
He's coming home with it. Sure, the going to probably pitch back and double play down.
And again, the Mets, they're a high-powered offense. Like,
What Cano does best, right, is create ground balls. That's what he's trying to do. Once he gets 2 strikes, the thought process changes a little bit. He'll take strikeout at that point.
Luis Torres has had a really odd year. His batted ball contact, his hard hit rate, all that would tell you he's one of the best hitters in the league, except he's hitting .215 with a .287 on base percentage now. He's really, really good with the bases loaded. But he does hit a lot of ground balls. And I don't need to ground ball right at somebody or strikeout. 7-6 minutes in the 10. All 1-2 directors.
We need a double play here.
The idea of you hitting a seam the ball up. Ball starts at your knees. That's the one you want to let go because the ball below you.
Way outside. Snared by Jackson. It's 2-0. Steering wheel on 2-0. And takes strike one.
Wow, Jackson, the catcher behind the Orioles. He stole that. That ball's all off the outside corner. He quickly snatched it back.
Former first rounder. Would have been 3-0 now for his efforts. Oh, that was awesome. It was a strike.
How did Jackson even get a glove on this? Oh, that could have been a disaster.
Terrence was asking David Arrieta. The pitch was clearly a strike despite this cross.
Look where he's going. He's going for that slider, kind of working away from him, and somehow it hits off the hitter, and it hit the batter. That's what happened. That ball would have kicked well enough away for a run could have potentially scored. The Orioles catch a break there.
What an amazing break that could be. 2-2 to Terrence.
Oh my gosh. If that was fair, that would have been game over. Like, if that actually would have been fair, I would have lost all hope of coming back. That was so close to being fair. Oh my gosh. The Mets, they are not a bad team. The Mets are not bad. They're just, they can go through a slump. But the Mets are not a bad team. Like they said, they're a high-powered offense for a reason. I mean, look at it.
So back at it on a 2-2. Bases filled with Mets. Could bring that one. It's 3-2.
Again, hats off to the Mets for fighting, man. They're not quitting. Like,
Just can't believe that ball came back, but it came back. Watch where it starts up on the outside edge, and it just paints perfectly on the outside part of the plate. Big time pitch in a big time moment.
Damage is far from clear here. Ronnie Mauricio. The base is loaded at 2 down. In the bottom of the 10th, Westburg, Henderson, and O'Hearn. Holiday the runner. You like your chances if you can hold the Mets right here. A little ground ball foul, and it's 1-0.
yeah, we have a good chance if we don't allow any more runs. If we can just hold the Mets off right here, that would be good.
As part of a real hairy night. This is a 1-0 game into the 6th. And this game is, since then, at about the same degree of colorful explosion as our Hawaiian shirts. Soto, Alonso, McNeil, the runners. And Cano will disengage. Mauricio with a home run tonight started the Mets scoring in the 6th. The Orioles have struck in 13 minutes tonight.
Come on.
team's dangling here on the razor's edge. Up and in, it hits the man. It's a foul ball.
What is your note from the change in this inning? He has no video. It has been fastball heavy for him.
He's thrown one. It was the pitch to Soto. So since the leadoff single, he stuck it in the back pocket. Thinking about it here, though?
I mean, fastball rate normally sets it up. But again, he got to go to the right spot.
We got it. All right, good deal. All right, we're in a good spot. All we gotta do is just execute, bring Jackson Holiday back around home, and just hope we can get a walk off. That would be phenomenal.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network. Yes, they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. Some fancy experts finished the network test. T-Mobile sort of opened a can of whoop. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G with more towers, and their signal reaches further back. So you can text it, instant talk, and say, "You won't believe where I am." Seriously, where am I? Hey, I got signal. If your grandpa wears one of these, or if your wife wears this, you can count on USAA membership with the spouses, kids, and then grandkids of those who serve. Count on us. Count on USAA.
Hey, let's fans on Thursday, July 10th, cheer on the Orioles when they face off against the New York Mets at Oriole Park in Camden Yards at 105. The first 10,000 fans receive the first ever Orioles Yacht Podcast presented by Madison Plus. Arrive early for this exclusive Oregon Black Bean Captain's Cap and Heroes swag and come out for a rocking afternoon in Birdland. At the yard for a fun-filled game of Orioles baseball. Buy your tickets today at Orioles.com/tickets.
This is an exciting game, but man, this.
This is exciting.
You know, Casey said that, oh, there he is. That's not really him. He's got what it looked like there in his Hall of Fame career. I guarantee he's sitting on a little glass of red wine watching the Orioles play. What do you bet?
I don't want to bet you anything. I think he has to.
Do or die here now, boys. If we don't score a run here, it's over. If we can, this is where we have to execute right here. We have to execute.
Sinking fastball from average about 96. We have a cover as well. There's Jackson Holiday out at second base.
Well, you understand, I certainly do. I know you do too. I mentioned out bringing Diaz for second in the season. Now he's heading into third this year, but I'm thinking the Orioles are very happy to not see him with Diaz again. Yeah. Russell in his last 4 games, 2 2/3 innings, has allowed 8 runs. He gave up a run against the Yankees 2 days ago. 2 hits, a walk, struck out 2. Westford couldn't hold it. Strike 1. Jordan Gunner and Ryan O'Hearn. The Orioles 2-3-4. 2 former All-Stars from a year ago, and then 1 All-Star from this year. And it's 0-2. Rosamond and Westford again with the perfect 9th inning with a strikeout on 10 pitches. The Met bullpen tonight. Lovely, Carrillo, Garrett, and Diaz. 4 innings, 1 run. Let's go to Westford. L'Oreal would be a 4th inning. He's hanging out with the bat just in case. Jordan bites off a 2-strike cutter. But this is a short one. 6 days ago, Rosamond was an opener. He started it. Against Milwaukee. 6 days later, he's trying to be an ender. Westbrook
All right. All right, Gunner.
Henderson, the winning run with one away. 87 zipped in there. There are big arms in this New York bullpen, which has used a ton of pitchers this year. 36 players have now thrown a pitch for the Mets. We still have the sixth best ERA in all of baseball. 0-2 to Gunner. Cross him on. 2+ years with the Marlins, from Miami to the Mets a year ago. And the dirt, easily blocked by Surratt's 1-2. Hunter has a base hit tonight, 4-run-6 that gave the Orioles a 5-2 lead. They extended to 6-2 and haven't scored since. A mile high pound by Gunner. This is easily playable for Mauricio. Dances backwards into the second half.
Well, one more chance.
And now the game is in the hands of Ryan O'Hearn. The first, Jeremy Hefner comes out to the mound.
Oh boy.
Twice over the weekend. Do that to set up by Baltimore Orioles. Question is, why would you do that? And that's maybe the discussion here between Hefner and Rosen. Yeah, I think it's more about make your pitches. Get your pitch going. But again, it's one of those.
All right, this is it.
Don't give him anything to hit, which is really tough to do. If you're just going by the left-right split, solely the two numbers, lefties are having a lot more success against Rossavon than righties. That's obviously just one part of the equation. And the other part of it is you be putting a game-winning run on first. There are the average home run numbers. OPS 840 for lefties, 466 for righties. So it's a big difference. But Rossavon's going to pitch to him. Holiday at second. And somewhere for ball one. Could have been. Double the sixth game, the Orioles the lead. And a ground ball.
That's it. It's over.
That's devastating a defeat as the Orioles have suffered this year. Their first game where they blew a 4-run lead since August 8, 2023 against Houston. And the first time the Mets have come back from 4 down to 8 gun.
We choked away a 4-point lead. Thank you, Brian Baker, for that 8th inning meltdown. Congratulations to the Mets. You guys earned this. This was a hard-fought game, close game in the end, but we just couldn't execute when it mattered the most. This was a good game by hitting. We got the lead. And pitching was just inconsistent in the second half. Like the first half of the game, the pitching was phenomenal, but then in the second half of the game, the pitching was just inconsistent. And then the Mets, like they were a high-powered offense, like I said. And if you look, 7 runs, 11 hits, 8 men left on base. They were the more when it comes to productivity in the overall game. But I thought we played well today. It just wasn't enough to beat the Mets. Again, guys, this was nowhere near to our worst performance of the year. Nowhere near it. Nowhere near the worst performance of the season. But we played well. Just we didn't do enough to beat the Mets. that's all I gotta say. And congratulations to the Mets. Good game to you guys. And anyways, peace out, y'all.